Uh-oh.
All right. Good evening. Hopefully you can hear me now. Hopefully it's not too insanely loud for some reason. It's going in the red. How's it going, everybody? Hope you are having a fantastic Monday night so far. I figured since CES is going on that, and I wasn't doing much today. It is snowing. It's going crazy here. We're not doing a ton, so I was like, let's just maybe we just hang out and watch some CES stuff. Awesome, Jonathan. How's it going? Happy 2025 to you as well. Thank you for the sound check. Appreciate it as always. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if you've watched any of the CES. CES keynotes yet. I've got the AMD keynote queued up here right now just because I was like halfway watching it this afternoon when they were on. So I'm at least aware of everything that they announced, but I wasn't like super intense watching. I at least saw most of it. But I just kind of figured, you know, it's a good night to just to watch some of this and hang out, talk through it, and see what everybody thinks about it. So I've got the AMD one queued up, and then the Nvidia keynote is in right about an hour from now. So we've got that one to look forward to as well. We can actually watch live. So I thought that would be fun. Yeah, so AMD keynote only talks about the CPUs and mobile stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say, it was, I thought I had missed like the GPU stuff. I went right to Twitter and saw that everything was already listed on Twitter, so I was like, I must have just missed it or something, but I don't know if they actually talked about it. But either way, I figured, you know, we watch through it, see what they were talking about. There's some other things that's already going on at CES that we could literally just talk about too. Lots of really interesting tech already coming out. It's really interesting. So, all right. But otherwise, let's. I'm probably just gonna hit go on this AMD stream. Otherwise, we're not gonna have time to finish it before the AMD or the Nvidia one starts. So, all right, let's check this one out. Let me pause my music here really quick. That was pretty good timing, anyways.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah, the echo at the beginning. They fixed it. Let's just skip forward a little bit because there's a lot of this that we probably don't even need.
In a world where sea temperatures continue to rise, we also
I do remember watching this. He was talking about a bunch of random things.
Like the European Organization for Nuclear Research, which uses AMD
Oh,
technology
let me also switch. How about that?
Data
Hopefully that's better.
in quest for clues on the origins of the universe. Whether you know it or not, you probably interact with AMD technology every day as we continue to push the boundaries of what computing can do to advance the world around us. And we're just getting started. Today,
Just getting started.
zero in on end-user devices across gaming, AI PCs, and the enterprise, showing how AMD will change the way you work, play, and create. Thank you all for joining us.
You can probably just skip through the AI stuff once we get there. Robert, how's it going? New phone? My name is Devin. Devin Does Tech. How's it going? Welcome to the stream.
With the Ryzen 7
Make it a bit louder. I can.
3D. a tribute
Thank you
to the gamer's
for letting me know. Hopefully that's better. Let me know if it's not.
Ever since we launched the 9800 X3D, gamers all around the world have been blown away at the leap in gaming performance. The community has been asking whether we can take one more leap forward with creator applications to push the boundaries even further. And today, I'm super excited to announce
These are
that we're
going to
taking
be
the technology
really interesting.
in the 9800 X3D into a new 16-core processor.
Like and subscribe. Absolutely. If you're new to the channel here, make sure you hit that like, smash that subscribe button. Don't worry about the bell though.
We are delivering
I don't care about
the
that.
next frontier in content creation. Welcome to the new Ryzen 9 9950 X3D processor.
It's gonna be interesting. I don't know if they announced the pricing for this. Is that available yet? Do we know?
The best technology for gaming and the best technology for creators into a single package.
Sandwich Tech, welcome. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Side, we've got an 8-core CCD and a bonded 3D SRAM.
We're just recapping
the highest frequency possible.
Recapping the AMD before the Nvidia keynote.
When you need it.
2 hours away from CES
when your application requires it,
next year.
And the highest
I'm going.
frequency when your workload demands it.
I think it'll be a bit available by March.
X3D is simply the world's best 16-core gaming processor.
I can't wait for benchmarks on this thing. It's going to be insane.
An 8% performance increase across a broad range of titles over our prior generation. Personally, I've been playing some of my favorite games, such as
this says March.
and Space Marine 2, and seeing
I don't see any pricing yet, though.
Performance increase over the 7950 X3D. We also tested Intel's
Definitely need a
Arrow
sandwich.
Lake processor.
I just got done eating pizza, not a sandwich.
Is on average
but it was good.
20% faster in gaming than their best. And in many games, such as Space Marine 2 and Cyberpunk 2077, we are over 35% faster.
Oh, over the new,
the 9800 X3D,
the new Ultra 9. I mean, we already know that that's not the fastest gaming processor. You're going from now on? You didn't know CES was held in Vegas? Oh, man, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's been in Vegas for a while.
It delivers an average 13% performance increase.
I always have a guy winning in the game trailers. I mean, yeah, they don't want to show somebody losing. That's no fun.
Cinebench and Blender, we are seeing over 15% performance improvement. And compared to Intel's new Arrow Lake processor, the 9950 X3D is on average 10% faster.
Again, I can't wait to see this versus like the 14900K because that's still just better than the Ultra 9 right now. Although I didn't watch it, I did just see a video pop up on my feed about an update coming to the Intel processors. I don't know if I should pause this when I talk. I don't know. Probably just when I have these really big thoughts and not like a one-line joke about something. But I did see a video talking about a software update coming to the Core Ultra processors that, like, for real, if this is what I said as soon as they released them and like benchmarks started coming out. The thing is these are first generation of a new technology. If they can like perfect a little bit of the software and make them better over time, like they could be really, really good choices in like a year or two. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Either way, 9950 X3D could be good.
We want to bring the best gaming and content creation experiences
170
everywhere.
watts.
And today, I'm super excited to also share that we're bringing our Zen 5 X3D technology to mobile devices with Fire Range.
Is there a software update to make it cheaper? Yeah, right. There is a there's a political update coming that's going to make it more expensive. Is that the same thing? The like button is below the video. Yes, right down there. If you want to hit the like button, feel free. I appreciate it.
Into a mobile package, available in the first half of this year.
Wait, I missed this. Fire Range HX3D?
To create the best
oh,
games,
mobile. Okay.
It requires close co-engineering with
Okay.
hardware,
All right. We're talking about
software,
gaming,
and OS from the very
laptop
beginning
stuff.
of development, including extensive optimizations in
Either way,
Zen 5,
welcome
our
in,
next
Scott.
generation RDNA4
Appreciate you
architecture,
being here.
and our latest frame generation and machine learning-based upscaling technology with FSR4.
FSR4. Wow. Is it actually going to be good now?
Studios and developers to unlock the full creativity and imagination.
So this is the thing with
For our first guest,
keynotes like
I want
this.
to introduce a true trailblazer
Okay,
of the
is
gaming
it
industry.
like you can tell me it's going to be
Programmer and
the
game
next
designer by
best thing in
training.
the whole world, all you want,
Most iconic
but
games in
is
the
it
industry, such as Mortal
going to be
Kombat
there?
and NBA Jam.
Not
He
a
was
fan
responsible
of the
for the
2
global
CCDs and
development
having
of
to deal with
Minecraft,
more
and
core
now
parking
leads the
scheduling though.
top games
Really hope
studios
the whole
in the
thing
world.
would get
I'm
3DV
so
cache.
happy to
Are you talking
introduce
about the
our close partner,
9950 or the or this laptop that they're talking about? The laptop stuff.
Thanks, Jack, and hello to everyone.
I've not looked into any of the like big details
how we build community
on these.
and how we explore bold new ideas. From our earliest days of building a console around direct
Okay, the 9950. Yeah, I really haven't. I knew that they announced them. I haven't really looked into it yet. I worked all day and then I went out and I shoveled snow for like 2 hours. And then I ate dinner and came in here to watch this. So I had this on in the background, but that was about all I got.
Powering the latest generation of Xbox consoles to enabling cutting-edge hardware for PC
Xbox.
gamers, their technology has consistently pushed the industry forward. Our
Xbox
decades-long
specifically.
partnership with AMD has resulted in several of the underlying gaming technologies that are used by all the biggest developers today. This ranges from development of OS-level graphics APIs like DirectX 12 Ultimate and ray tracing, to larger caches, multi-threading, and driver optimizations that enable more games to be played on more devices. The Activision team is proud to partner closely with AMD to optimize Black Ops 6 for AMD Ryzen processors and Radeon graphics.
Okay,
Our
well, we
teams
don't care about
can't
Black
wait
Ops
to
6
see what they
anyways,
can
so
do with the
so
next
that's fine.
generation of processors and GPUs with Ryzen X3D and RDNA 4. Technologies like FSR and frame generation make some of our most demanding games, like Starfield, run better. These optimizations give our teams more headroom to not just push more pixels, but to actually explore richer gameplay, deeper physics modeling, and more robust systems. And this dynamic of hardware technology enabling our devs to do more continues in the future, with FSR4 on the latest graphics cards bringing high-quality machine learning upscaling to games like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 later this year. Thank you, Lisa, Jack, and everyone at AMD for helping our teams achieve more.
Thank you, Matt. We truly value our partnership with you and the game studios. My son and I have spent countless hours playing Starfield, Diablo 4,
Starfield.
and the new Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and we have so much fun playing them together. Thank you for your pursuit of artistic expressions, combining art and gaming together to deliver such memorable, personal, and social experiences. We absolutely love the gaming community, and we look forward to telling you more about RDNA 4 and FSR4 later this quarter.
I mean,
Now,
to be
let's
fair,
shift
those are
gears
some pretty
to
solid
AI
games.
PCs. AI.
All right,
is the most
AI,
disruptive
all right.
technology in the past 50 years. The inflection point is as big as the Industrial Revolution.
I'm gonna speed it up. I don't know if anybody else cares, but
it's going to be everywhere. And today, we are bringing that technology to everyone.
it's so much fun for the family.
What AI computing
I
can do
play
for you.
Diablo
To tell me
with
more,
my
I'd like to
3-year-old
introduce Rahul
all the
Sikku,
time.
Senior Vice President and General Manager of our client business.
Call of Duty, Diablo.
Hello, Rahul. Thank you, Jack. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CES. I want to start by congratulating the gaming team on a great set of products
Yes,
that
you're
we just
correct,
launched.
Blind
As you
Tech.
saw, we
They
have
do
leadership
also have a
technologies in the gaming
9900
space, and we
X3D.
continue
Yes.
to out-innovate the market there. Jack also talked about cloud to edge, and you heard about our gaming
Look
leadership.
at this
I'm gonna
guy.
focus on AI PCs. This past year, we
He
released
looks
our
like
third
he uses an
generation
AI
Ryzen
PC.
300 series
Let's be
processors
honest.
that enable the first Copilot Plus x86 PCs back in June.
He also
This
looks
was
like
done with a
he's
single
telling
chip
you to
with
buy the
leadership
next
productivity,
meme coin,
leadership
to be
graphics,
completely
and leadership
honest.
AI capabilities. We see this in the Ryzen AI 300 reviews, calling out our great
Too much
architecture,
AI.
our
100%
leadership in
agree.
performance, and the best AI experiences that we're bringing to our customers. And in 2025,
He's a
you're
demon
gonna
in
see
the
Ryzen
COD
AI
chat.
will continue
Yo,
to grow
yeah. Oh,
with
yeah.
over
This is the guy
150
that's
laptop
like
designs.
yelling
These are
about his
beautiful,
new
elegant
crypto
platforms
coin.
from our partners like Lenovo, HP, ASUS, Acer, and many more. And I think
The
these will
AMD
be
cards
some of the
better be
most
affordable.
desirable
No one is going to
laptops
get them.
available in
Yeah,
the
I
market,
mean,
period. So today,
I don't.
I'm
They.
also proud
I
to
don't
announce that we're
think
expanding our Ryzen AI
they talked
PC
about
capabilities
pricing
into
for
the
those
high-performance
either.
space with Ryzen AI 7 and 5 series processors.
I don't know if they talked about any pricing.
Codenamed Kraken Pro, these new models will allow us to
But yeah.
make our leading Ryzen
Yeah,
AI
that's
300 series processors
that's
available
one of
to
those
more users
spaces that has
and
just
bring
been
AMD's leading next-gen AI
sorely
capabilities to
missing.
everyone.
Is that budget area.
Our new Ryzen AI 7 350 demonstrates faster multitasking productivity than the competition.
And right now, if
Beating
Intel
Qualcomm
keeps doing what they're
Snapdragon
doing,
by an average of 35%
I didn't
while
want to believe
outperforming
it,
benchmarks,
but they're
and
doing
the
it.
Intel Lunar Lake product by an average of 30% when tested across 9 multi-threaded benchmarks.
Yeah.
This extra performance that our Zen
Intel's
platforms
going to
deliver
go
makes a
crazy.
huge difference in
If
users'
nobody else
day-to-day
gets
experience
close
with
to
their
that
personal computers.
250 price point,
These processors will also feature our XDNA2
that's
neural
crazy.
processing unit.
They're
This is
gonna
the
they're gonna
fastest
take over
GPU
budget.
with 50 plus tops achieving leadership performance while also
That's
beating
probably
Intel
true.
and
They didn't
Qualcomm's
talk about
fastest mobile
pricing
processors.
just because they're not 100% sure
These
yet.
processors will allow even more customers to run next-gen AI experiences just like our Ryzen AI 9 300 customers do today. And any discussion about laptops has to include portability. The Ryzen AI 300 series can deliver over 24 hours of battery life when tested in video playback, letting you stay unplugged longer to get everything done. So, in a nutshell, these processors have it all. Multi-day battery life, combined with winning performance and leadership AI capabilities.
I mean, if they can make your laptop, if AI can make my laptop battery last for days, I might take a little bit of AI. Let's be honest.
The Ryzen AI 5 340 with 6 cores and 12 processing threads. And these new Ryzen AI processors will be available in Q1 of this year.
They
But
claim they were
not stop
pulling
with
out of
Today,
the
as I'm
top end
excited,
to deliver
I'm
more
also
affordable
proud
cards.
to
Yeah.
announce a whole new kind of mobile processor. This is
Yeah,
expanding
it's
the
going to
Ryzen
be
AI stack even
interesting
higher
that they
with
don't
the
have
Ryzen
any
AI
like
Max,
super high end, but
codenamed it Strix Halo.
I'm okay without any like crazy high end stuff. Again, most of the time the crazy high end stuff is such a specific use case anyways, but
The Ryzen AI Max processors are
plus they're announcing after Nvidia and they notoriously price off what Nvidia does. I believe that. Oh yeah, they're doing it before, yeah. That also makes sense. From what I remember though, they don't have any problems like announcing a price and then like a month later, oh yeah, we're gonna cut it by $100 now. New CES 2025 Nvidia event might hide pricing too. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We got about 45 minutes.
It also has 40 RDNA 3.5 graphics compute units, which is the most powerful integrated graphics in the Windows ecosystem. It has also got our leadership 50 TOPS XDNA2 NPU, and all of this is tied together with unified memory architecture that's enabling the ability to access large amounts of memory, up to 128 gigs for the CPU and the GPU, with up to 256 gigabytes a second in incredible bandwidth that is unprecedented in x86 mobile devices.
Wow.
The Ryzen AI Max does this all in a single chip. It bridges the divide between awesome performance and efficient portability in a whole new way for Windows laptops. With an ultra-efficient 55-watt TDP for combined CPU, GPU, and NPU power, there has never been anything like this chip in this class of sleek, thin, and light notebooks.
Those were some high numbers.
Against the Intel Lunar Lake, we win by an astounding margin, having 2.6x faster rendering performance. When it comes
Those
to
are some
AI
crazy
is
numbers they're
clear
claiming.
productivity winner. When comparing the graphics performance, we see similar results. Ryzen AI Max continues to dominate with
Wow.
graphics that is 1.4x faster than the competition. It's really not hard to see. the potential that this chip offers in a
It is not hard to see with those graphs, but can't wait till we have some third-party graphs to look at too.
Performs against the Apple MacBook Pro M4 in some popular rendering benchmarks, winning easily against the 12-core and trading blows with the 14-core. And in applications like V-Ray, which is a popular plugin for 3D modeling, we see massive gains, 86% better. We made great strides in delivering customer experience with these new Ryzen AI Max systems. And finally, with the ability to dedicate 96 gigabytes of memory to graphics.
Wow, I can run my own LLM.
Large AI workloads with performance that's faster than discrete desktop graphics cards. For example, the 70 billion parameter Llama 3.1 large language model that we are showing here runs twice as fast as a discrete RTX 4090 desktop GPU.
Wow.
And it does that at 87% lower TDP. So double performance of a
not gonna lie, that's crazy. That's cool. If this is like accurate and these are like legitimate numbers, but it doesn't really care. It doesn't really matter to me, right? Like this is like I don't care about this kind of thing. That's cool technology. I wish that they would use it for things that actually matter. Like instead of them using AI to like replace jobs and let people work less and live better lives, they're using it to generate images. Oh, we can do it faster now. Okay, but can you like do something with it?
And the Ryzen AI Max 385 with 8 cores and 32 graphics CUs. And all of these parts are going to be available Q1 of this year. And I truly hope you guys are as excited as I am to get your hands on this great product set. Now, the Ryzen AI Max, as we talked about, is going to be a game changer for creators, artists, developers. We're really proud to partner with HP to bring the HP ZBook Ultra G1A system to our customers. It's a beautiful example of a truly portable, mobile, powerful system like anything else out there. You'll also find the Ryzen AI Max processor in the new desktop HP Z2 Mini G1A.
Wait,
this is a 3-liter
did ASUS officially announce that?
Large language models for developers and creators in incredibly cool and efficient form factor. And for the consumer segment, ASUS has created something really, really unique. This is the new ROG Flow Z13. This is an ultra-mobile 13-inch gaming tablet with a detachable keyboard in a surprisingly small, elegant, and premium package.
Did they announce that yet?
On expanding our next-gen AI
I knew that they were going to.
No one has a lineup with the breadth or the depth of Copilot Plus PCs that AMD can offer. From Ryzen AI Max in the Halo segment, all the way to the Ryzen AI 300 in the advanced segment, we're bringing the benefits of AMD's performance, reliability, and battery life to all of you.
Interesting.
AI PCs are not just delivering new experiences for consumers, but they're also transforming
yes,
how work
NVIDIA
is
stream is 38 minutes away.
Let's welcome Jack back on the stage.
Yes. Hopefully this will be done in time.
Now let's talk about enterprise.
Definitely should be done
AMD
in
has been on
time.
a journey to transform
Enterprise.
every touch point of business computing, from the data center to client devices. Epic is a
We can definitely
supporting cloud services,
you know, skip through some of this enterprise type of thing too if we want to get to the NVIDIA one.
The world's largest and most advanced AI models run flawlessly on our Instinct data center GPUs at the highest performance per dollar, including GPT-4. We want to bring to the enterprise.
Not gonna lie, I
all the
didn't
know-how
realize
from the
that
server and data center side to the
ASUS
enterprise
is
segment. This is what led us to design Ryzen AI Pro, uniquely suited to be
tablet
the best
that they
enterprise
were talking
endpoint
about
device.
was actually
At the heart
announced.
of it, we elevated the experience for CIOs with AMD Pro, bringing this essential foundation of security.
Wait, they don't even have it on their
and reliability that enterprises
on their
have come to expect.
website.
With AMD Pro, enterprise devices get multiple
There it
layers
is.
of chip-level security built into the core, protecting sensitive data from external threats. Technology layers like AMD Memory Guard.
Any good
which safeguards
CPU
sensitive
news?
business data in the event
They got
OpenCC
some
is lost
some
or stolen.
interesting stuff
Or
coming.
Microsoft Pluton, a chip-to-cloud technology
They've got
built with
the
zero trust principles at the core.
9900
Verified
X3D, the
so it
9950
originates from an
X3D.
uncontrolled network every single time.
Yeah, apparently no talk of the GPUs coming in this one. Really kind of interesting on the laptop mobility side of things. Not something I would usually be interested in, but they were talking about some insane performance increase coming.
In a world where everyone does more than one thing at a time, working with slow, unreliable PCs should be a thing of the past. We also equip them with the fastest AI engine ever built, delivering the most NPU tops in the industry. With AMD, businesses can future-proof their investments and be ready to empower their workforce with
Otherwise, I
disruptive
think
AI features
they
coming down the pipeline.
also announced their.
Today,
I don't know if it was
hundreds
during
of
the
leading
keynote,
businesses across
but
industries
they also
are making the
announced
switch to AMD
their
enterprise PCs to
their
accelerate their transformation.
Z2 chip
For example,
for
take enterprises like
handhelds.
ING Bank in the financial sector. They rely on AMD Pro's security and reliability to keep their
The
data protected,
Z2
all while ensuring
processor.
their operations run in a stable and secure environment for their banking services. Or companies like Shell in the energy sector, who are taking advantage of the advanced AI features to enhance the data analytics and decision-making processes at the device level.
Thanks for the recap. 9900 X3D might be kind of interesting. I'm really interested. They were talking about. I don't know. I mean, we can probably go back to it, honestly. Unless somebody's caring about the enterprise stuff. I mean, I didn't really care about the. Yeah, here's the 9950 X3D performance. I mean, in gaming and stuff, they were talking about some pretty crazy gaming performance boosts over. They were comparing it very specifically to the Core Ultra 9, the 285K, which again, that's that's what they should be comparing it to, right? That's Intel's newest flagship processor, right? Like that's what they should be. But I'm really excited to see other people's benchmarks when it comes to like the 14900K, because that's more powerful right now. But we were also talking too about the new Core Ultra processors getting like software updates and actually getting a lot faster right now. But we'll have to see how that all goes. But yeah, they were talking about some pretty solid increases in power for not only gaming but productivity work too. Like if this is anything like the 7950, this could be a really solid set of processors. Although AMD is trying to compete with MacBooks in battery life, but still have awesome performance, I was going to stick into saving to buy a MacBook because it connects better with your whole ecosystem. Yeah, hey, I get that. That is the one reason to buy into Apple is the ecosystem. And if you are already there, then that is probably the best choice for you. But their laptop processors. Let me just find that graph here. Look at these graphs. Oh my gosh, where'd they go? Like, look at these graphs. They're like, oh yeah. Do you want to compare the new AMD laptop chip versus the new Intel laptop chip? Yeah, we're about 400% better at just about everything. Like, okay, this is kind of interesting. He was promising, if he can promise days worth of battery life out of a laptop and this kind of performance over an Intel chip, like, that's crazy. Those are some crazy graphs. I don't know. Yeah, if I ever want a game, then I'm gonna pick up a Steam Deck or an Ally. Yeah, I agree. They're super fun at this point. I love my Ally. I can't wait. Hopefully, it's gonna be the Ally X Extreme or whatever that uses this Z2 chip. Intel falls off. Need to be studied. Yeah, Intel is just. There's a whole lot going on over at Intel. I don't know what's going on. I think, did they have their keynote already today? No. What? No, I think they have it tomorrow. I had it written down, but I don't have Intel on my list. Intel CES keynote. Yeah, I don't think they're doing anything. Oh, no, they did theirs super early this morning. But there was no GPU talk, I don't think. Well, I have that link if we want to watch that too. Oh, the video's private. Never mind. I guess they don't want us watching the Intel keynote. So there's that. All right. Well, interesting. I guess we won't watch Intel.
And secure environment for the banking services. or companies like Shell in the energy sector, who are taking advantage of the advanced AI features.
All right, so we're back to enterprise AMD processing.
The time has come that enterprise CIOs no longer have to choose.
About my Ally at launch, sure the performance was rough, but used it a lot while traveling to keep up on dailies on your MMOs. Windows out of the box was the reason I chose it. That's actually why I bought mine too, was because...
no worries, we'll keep going.
What happened there? I bought mine too because of Windows. I was like, I didn't want to do Steam OS. I play a lot of different things outside of Steam. Grounded Tech, welcome into the chat. Intel is going very well right now. Intel is making the moves. Hope Valve makes a Steam Deck 2 with the most powerful AMD chips that can work inside the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were leaking them already. I don't think they've announced the Steam Deck 2, but they have definitely like leaked it. So Steam Deck. I saw a bunch of Steam Deck 2 posts today. But I don't think these things are coming anytime soon. There is and will be no... Oh, Valve shuts down the Steam Deck 2 speculation as AMD says it's building chips for a stronger handheld. According to Games Radar, Valve shuts down Steam Deck 2 speculations and AMD says it's building chips for stronger handheld. There is and will be no Z2 Steam Deck. Just thought I'd pop in and say hi. Hey, go to sleep. 2 a.m. already. Oh my gosh, get some sleep for sure. Appreciate you popping in though. I know you can get Windows on the Steam Deck, but the fact that the Ally worked 100%. That's what I said too. I'm like, I know that there's like workarounds to get all of these games, to get all this stuff on the Steam Deck. It just doesn't... I just don't want to do that. I'm also extremely familiar with Windows already. So I know that I know what I can do on my I know what I can do on Windows. I don't necessarily know what I can do on SteamOS. So I'm sure that I could figure it out. I can watch a bunch of tutorials and learn how to do it and do it worse than probably what Windows can do, but it is what it is. Either way, I've got... My next video is going to be another one on the Ally. I'm really loving that thing. So have a good night, Dan. Get the sleep while you can. I know that you've got extra people in the house probably keeping you up at night. Get some sleep.
Our recently launched Lenovo AI Now, that is the foundation of the most advanced and sophisticated AI PCs in the market. As well as our Copilot Plus PCs. You
love the stealthy look of the Steam Deck. I think I haven't... So when I held the Steam Deck, I don't know if anybody cares to have the AMD, the rest of this in the background. Let me just put music back on. Okay. Dude, honestly, the Steam Deck, when I held it, was fantastic. The ergonomics of the Steam Deck were so much better than the Ally. I liked it so much. I don't know if I'm gonna get and of course I didn't bring my Ally down here. It's still upstairs. But like just the handles felt so much better. Here you go. Something like this. Like you can see how much bigger the grips on the Steam Deck were. When I held the Steam Deck, it was fantastic. I loved it. A lot better than the Ally. I got an external grip for my Ally that does make it feel better. One thing I would love to try out that I never got like super hands-on with was the track pads on the Steam Deck. That's probably one of those things that really would make a Windows PC nice. But honestly, I've really gotten to the point where I love the touchscreen. makes it super easy. And actually the joystick control is pretty nice too. The ROG is so straight, which is a bit uncomfortable. Yeah, it's not great. I've got one of those grips that kind of fits on the back, makes it a little bit more ergonomic feeling. Yeah, still not the best, but it's better than it was, that's for sure. But you don't want any RGB when you're out in public, to be honest. Plus Linux would be better. So you can turn all the RGB off if you want. Like this one right here is you know, they're playing a game, the RGB's off. But Linux being better, that's an interesting statement that I think is a subjective statement that I'm not going to say is objectively wrong. But I would say for gaming is probably wrong. I have not found any evidence at this point that Linux would be better for a gaming device. It's probably a lot lighter weight than Windows is, so it probably could theoretically be better, but it's probably not better right now for gaming. Use an external monitor. Yeah, I finally got an external monitor. It's not like a gaming monitor by any means. It's one of those super cheap, but really small, thin, portable monitors. I actually really like it. It's fun. Imagine ASUS make the Ally for their Prime lineup instead of the ROG. Oh. Interesting thought. I mean, you know, they could very easily do that and do kind of what Logitech did and make just literally a streaming device. Make it literally like $200. If they made a $199 Steam, if they made a $199 Ally and made it like a streaming only, Nvidia Shield, Xbox Game Pass, that kind of stuff, that could be really interesting. That could be interesting. Not that I mean, I have no idea. I've never tried Logitech's device. I know that there's other you know, streaming things out there. But that'd be an interesting concept. Interesting concept. Either way, we've got about 20 minutes until the Nvidia stream starts. Let's see what they're doing over here. Oh, they haven't even gone live yet. They have not gone live yet. If I zoom in, it does not make it so you can see. There it is. There's the timer. There's the timer. If you're streaming, that's what the Logitech device is. Oh my gosh, what is it? Is it Cloud? What is it? Cloud. Yeah, G Cloud. Yeah, here you go. Okay, so there's this $299. But yeah, this is a pure just streaming device. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have like any base. It just has like the basic processing power on it, and it's solely a streaming device. So like they could do something like this to try to compete in that market. That could be your prime Ally. Like still at that price, a tad bit cheaper than the ROG lineup while carrying over a lot of the features, except for the RGB. You're not an RGB fan, apparently. That'd be nice for people who do not want the cloud gaming and the RGB. Hey, Big Dubs TV just subscribed. Was that over on Twitch? Either way, wherever you're at, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody being here. This stream, I honestly really debated doing this stream at all, But I was like, you know what? I'm going to be watching the keynote anyways. I might as well turn the stream on. So I appreciate everybody being here. And this is always a good time. I usually only stream on Fridays. It's been a little bit iffy the last couple of weeks because of all the holidays and all that kind of stuff. But either way, I appreciate y'all being here and for subscribing if you haven't. You do like the RGB, but not for when you're in public. That's fair. I mean, you know, you don't want people to think you're a gamer holding a big console. Are you on Twitch too? I'll follow you and sounds like a chill guy. Hey, I appreciate it. I am streaming on Twitch too. YouTube is 100% like by far my main platform. I use that for the most part. I literally just hit the go live on Twitch as well because it's there, so it's easy enough to just do that and go there too. So that, and I kind of figure that like most of what I talk about on this channel is focused on content creators, on streamers, on like Twitch streamers. So I like to have at least some little bit of presence on Twitch too, just so that I can you know speak to Twitch streamers. I appreciate it. I appreciate it big. Oh my gosh. You're okay. Thank you. I appreciate you subscribing on Twitch and on YouTube. I appreciate it. Big Dubs TV. Do you do any type of content? You do any type of YouTube videos, streaming, gaming, anything like that? Either way, I appreciate you being here. We are officially 17 minutes and 47 seconds from this Nvidia stream starting out. Hopefully that's good enough for the timer. I did not think about setting up an actual timer for this, but love all the handheld talk though. Like I said, I've been just not gonna lie, in love with my Ally. I've been using it a ton. Made a couple videos on it already. Planning on doing another one here pretty soon. It's gonna be fun. Used to stream. I played Destiny 2 a lot, but to be honest, not much anymore. I've been playing a bunch of games. Destiny 2. Oh man, what a good game. What a good game. But in real life, you are a photographer though. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Is it, do you do like landscape? Do you do like street photography? Is it portraits? Is it anything crazy? Oh man. Photography is fun though. I'm definitely not a photographer. I take pictures every once in a while, but I'm not a photographer. I definitely have done a lot more video stuff than photography at this point. Welcome back, Robert. Yes, we've got another Ally video coming soon. Actually, the most recent video that I published was was the chromatic one, another gaming handheld. Definitely not a PC, but if you guys haven't seen this thing yet, this is so cool. I love this thing too. Cityscape, city photography. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool stuff. A different name. Oh, good, good. Well, I might also have some really interesting things coming up for kind of photography, videography. I've working with a company to get some interesting stuff, and they do a lot of photography stuff too. So I'm excited that they are interested in talking to me. So we'll see how that all goes. I might have to get into photography. But right now, we are just hanging out and waiting for Nvidia and talking about handhelds and RGB. RGB is for the home. It is not to be displayed in public. I think that's actually a law in 14 states already. No RGB out in public. What else has come out of CES so far? Have you guys seen anything? I had Twitter up here on the other side while we were watching the AMD, and I saw they literally called it a phone toaster popped up. I don't know what that was about, but it's interesting. Do you think I would be able to run my R9 5900X if I'm thinking of getting a 5080, or should I go AM5? That's a good question. That is one that I was not prepared to think about and or answer. Let's see if not PC part picker. PC bottle. Whoop. Oh, Nvidia's live. All right, 6% at the 4080. So that's a lot closer. That's a lot closer. I have no idea how big of a difference the 4080 and the 5080 are going to be. That's definitely one thing we'll have to see. You haven't been to downtown San Diego. All the cabs have RGB. You heard Cooler Master release some new cases, AIOs, and air coolers. That's actually exciting. I kind of like low-key like Cooler Master. They have been doing some really interesting things, I feel. I like Cooler Master. All right, one other thing I wanted to just see. Let's just make sure that they don't have the 5090 in here. Okay, no, they don't. I just want to make sure. Let's see what Cooler Master announced. The Master Frames. Oh no, that's not at CES. They say that good things come in threes. So they got a cooler here and a case at least. Oh, they didn't actually. Looks like they got a full-size case and like a ITX case or something. Nope, you can't see that. All right, well, that's as good as it gets. Make it GPU intensive. Chunky Monkey, welcome. That was the other thing I was going to do. GPU intensive task. Hey, that's going to be even better for you. Look at that. Perfect match. Perfect match. As far as the 4080 goes, which, I mean, right there, that's telling you, I think that you need to get a 4080, right? What kind of games are you playing at 1440p? That you need a 5080. I'm still rocking my 3080, and I have just almost zero desire to upgrade. They don't have a countdown timer anymore. Now it's just a blank Nvidia space scene over here. You have a 3070 Ti, but you want more VRAM. Absolutely, I agree with you there. Honestly, I'm really hoping that the 4070 Ti Super comes down in price at least just a little bit. I want to come down just a little bit with these new announcements, and then I think that's going to be like the card, especially come like this year, like Black Friday and stuff. Like, that's going to be the card that I'm still putting into every single like PC build. It's such a good card, and I think that 16 gigabytes of VRAM, as soon as that 16 gigs of VRAM comes down in price a little bit, that's going to be a card that everybody wants. RIP EVGA. You saw the EVGA profile picture and name on your Twitter page. Oh man. RIP EVGA. It's all right. They're still around, kind of. Just not in the way that we want them to be, but that's all right. Funny story. I did actually own an EVGA 3090 for like 2 weeks. That's the story. That's it. Long story short, I bought it on the Facebook Marketplace for very, very cheap, and I knew that I couldn't keep it. I was like, I just need to sell this and make some money on it, so that I just needed to make. I got it way too cheap. You suggest them to work with Intel Arc cards, to be honest. Oh, man. You mean EVGA? Or just, like, people in general, you suggest getting Arc cards? Okay, I just had to make sure. It sounds like they got 2 musics playing. Oh, you know what? They do have 2 music playing. They've got the music on the stream, and they've got the music at the event. If you listen really close, you can hear people cheering. I don't know if it's up loud enough for you guys, but it's up loud enough for me. Yeah, you can hear people talking in the background. The 4070 Super would be good for what I need, honestly, if it does go down. But I want to see the price and specs of the new cards. I play a lot of MMOs and FPS games, but I do play AAA open world games. Excited for KCD2. I feel like I should know what KCD... Oh, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Okay. That is another one of those games that I have not played yet, because I knew I wasn't going to have time to play that. That, and for some reason, I don't know if as I get older, I've been just getting like really, really picky on what games I play, at least in like the open world sense games. If I know that I'm getting into a game of Fortnite, or I'm getting into a match of League of Legends, like, that doesn't seem to be a problem. I can jump in and out of that like once a month, right? But I know that if I start some of these longer games, I get so obsessed I need to finish it. So I've gotten like really, really, really picky on the single player, like open world games that I play. And that's just one of them that like didn't pique my interest enough that I made space for it. But I've heard just amazing, amazing things about it. You get picky on what games you play too. Yeah. So many things in my backlog, but we'll get there eventually, right? We'll get there eventually. Actually, not gonna lie, having my Ally, I have played more things in my Steam backlog than I've played in the last 5 years combined, type of thing. Like, that has got me to play so many different games. It's just a different experience, and I really like it. When you play big games, you stop. You will never go back. Yep, 100%. I just did that with a game. What game was it? I don't have Steam open. I just did that with a game where I started it before, like, the holidays. And then I was like, okay, I need to go finish Dragon Age before I play this game. Like, I'm just kidding. And then I played Dragon Age, I finished it, and then I tried going back to that other game, and I'm like, I need to start over. It's only been like 3 weeks, and I need to start over. You have Stalker 2 on the back burner because you're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 right now again. Stalker 2, again, another one of those that, like, it's on the list. If I ever, like, just couldn't figure out something to play, that looks like a really, really fun game. I just, especially because isn't that on Xbox Game Pass too? I forget. Oh, speaking of Xbox Game Pass, Indiana Jones. Jeez, I should uninstall that if I'm not gonna play it. Oh yeah, it is. It is on Game Pass. Your girlfriend bought it for you for Christmas. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yep, that's another one that is definitely on my list. I just have not gotten there yet. Probably should. I do have Game Pass because I play at least a game. Well, one, I play enough games on it that it makes it worth it. I love it just to try games out. Like, again, Indiana Jones, would not have played, would not have bought. But the fact that it was day one on Game Pass, I was like, yeah, sure. Download it, try it, played it for a couple of hours, and I'm like, okay, great. I didn't spend $60 on this game. Cool. Now I can uninstall it if I want. I can come back to it whenever I want. I don't have to worry about it, right? I suppose I could also do this. Now that we only have 3 minutes until hopefully they start. Not that you guys probably want to see me any bigger, but good thing about Game Pass is it's cheaper on PC. Yes, 100%. It is awesome. I also get it a little bit cheaper. I used to work for Microsoft, so I'm part of their alumni program. So I get the Xbox Game Pass, the PC Game Pass stuff for even cheaper. So it's definitely worth it. It's pretty good. It's good. I like Game Pass. I definitely recommend it for people. It's so good for just so many people, and I don't want to get all Xbox Game Pass on the chat here, but it's such a good value for, I feel like, hardcore gamers, because they're probably going to be able to play enough games to make it worth it. But it's also great for people that are like just getting into gaming, because all of a sudden you just instantly click, you have this huge catalog at your disposal. You can play whatever you want. You can stream it. You can download it. You can, all that kind of stuff, right? It's so cool. I think it's definitely worth it for just most people. Such a good benefit. Don't they give it for free to current employees? That's a good question. I don't actually know. I still know plenty of people that work there, so I can find out, but I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty positive Game Pass was not a thing when I worked there. Pretty sure it was not a thing. When did Game Pass actually come out? 2017. Nope, that was well after I was working there. They gave us a lot of really cool stuff, though. I think I actually had I had the Zune Music Pass when I was there. It was still called, it wasn't Xbox Music, which again doesn't exist now either. It was Zune Music. I remember having a Zune Music Pass they gave us. I never got a Zune though. I did have Windows phones. I love my Windows phones. Don't get me started on that. Ah, the Zune days. Not gonna lie, there's somebody in my local area that keeps posting their Zune Halo edition on the Facebook Marketplace. Like nobody's buying it because they've listed it for like $300. Oh yeah, here we go. Halo 3 Special Edition Zune. Okay, they've got it listed at $220 right now. Look at how cool this thing is. I mean, let's be honest. I definitely want to buy this anyways. But yeah, I'm not gonna pay $200 for a Zune probably. If it was like $40, I'd probably go pick it up. But yeah, 220 is a little expensive for me. Microsoft tried a lot of stuff at that time. Yeah, it was it's an interesting time. I had a lot of fun while I was at Microsoft. They did so many good things. They also, I can't stress this enough, they treated their employees so well there. It was incredible. I really enjoyed working for Microsoft. But yeah, they tried a lot of things. I feel like they definitely gave up on a few things a little bit too soon, a little bit too quick. Rip Windows phones, but not gonna lie, the old iPods look good to this day. Yeah, honestly, there's definitely an iPod renaissance coming around right now. Lots of people going back to that kind of stuff. Lots of people really enjoying their old iPods. Are we starting? We are 2 minutes late. Everything's going dark. The music's still going though. Oh, okay. Has it been doing that the whole time? I haven't been watching. Okay, we're not. I don't think we're starting yet. The music is still the same. Let me go and tweet this out again that we're still going. Now? Nope, they just started a new song. New music. That's fine. You guys take your time. 3 minutes after. It's fine. It's fine. I can start my stream on time, but you guys take your time. Let me just make sure I'm still live, right? Let me just refresh. Okay. All right, we're still live. Icy, you miss EVGA? Yeah. They made some really quality hardware. Either way, Icy, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. EVGA will be missed. Man, we should probably just do some videos talking about all the stuff that we miss. All the hardware, EVGA, Microsoft. Oh, here we go. We're starting. Faded prediction 5080 will be the same price as the 4090, but we'll add AI. It'll be $1,800. No, please not an $1,800 5080.
And when technology
You have the IGN one in another tab, and people are saying they're late.
the answer is
Oh, they're so late.
that's because tech doesn't
So
just
late.
solve
5 minutes.
challenges.
They're fine. That's fine.
It transforms
Whatever.
them into opportunities. It helps us move smarter, live healthier, and experience the world in ways we never thought possible.
Yeah, but what
We're
about,
not just here
do
for a
they
tech
help
event.
fish farms?
We're here to
Because
connect,
that's what
to
AMD
solve,
does.
to discover together. Tech isn't just advancing, it's
Oh,
uniting,
that's AI.
bringing us closer
That's
to an
great.
autonomous future, connecting us to better care, making life more connected, more dynamic, and more human. Today's challenges demand bold
Kombucha, how's it going? Hope you are doing well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping in.
advancements to help feed our growing
We are about to see what Nvidia has in store for us in 2025.
discovery. Every screen, every pixel, every part of the tech you will see here showcases the extraordinary potential of human ingenuity.
As of right now, we are just getting
Now we begin this celebration.
We're just getting
of what
some,
connects us, has the power to solve our greatest challenges.
standard
and offers endless possibilities we're yet to discover.
standard buzzwords and keynote
The
type
world
of
is watching.
presentation
So
stuff.
let's dive in.
It's fine. It happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CES.
Can you guys hear all right? Let me
2025.
know if I need to turn it up.
I'm Gary Shapiro,
Hey,
CEO
Gary.
and Vice Chairman of the Consumer Technology Association, the producer of CES, and I am so thrilled to kick off this show with a keynote by one of the most consequential companies in the world.
Wow.
Nvidia exemplifies the cutting-edge innovation we celebrate at CES. And founder and CEO Jensen Huang is a true visionary, demonstrating the power of ideas, technology, and conviction.
You haven't watched
Driving
any. Is it
innovation
all just literally AI?
reshapes
A lot of it is. All right, I'll make it a little louder. All right, let me
I
know how
always
that
like
is.
to say that if I'd listened a
A
little
lot of
more
it so
closely the
far
last
has been
time Jensen
AI.
spoke at the CTA
At
event,
least in the
I could've
PC
retired
space here.
already.
I haven't
But over the past 3 decades, he has established Nvidia
I
as
haven't seen a
force
bunch of the other
driving
stuff
change
yet, but
across the
I
globe
I
in
assume it's a
industries
lot of
ranging from
AI stuff.
healthcare to automotive and entertainment.
I'm really
Today,
hoping
Nvidia
that
is
this AI
powering
stuff though
breakthrough
starts to
AI and
become
accelerated computing that
starts to
helps
become more
every
useful, and it's
person
not just
and every
let's make a
business.
picture of a
Thanks to
penguin
the
eating
leadership,
spaghetti.
Nvidia's
Like,
innovations
let's
enable
do it for
advanced
use
chatbots,
something useful at this point.
robots, software-defined
Yeah, like
vehicles,
robots and
new
chatbots.
virtual worlds, hyper-synchronized factory floors, and so much more. Wang has been named the world's best CEO by Fortune and The Economist.
AI is
as
where
well as one
all
of
the
Time
money is.
Magazine's 100
You are 100%
most
right.
influential people in the world. But you know, the fact is, like for all of us in this room, our success and his success was not preordained. Jensen started out working at a Denny's as a dishwasher and a busboy, so be
Wow.
nice to them in the future.
Congratulations.
And he said that the lessons he's learned
At a
there,
Denny's.
the value of hard work, humility, and hospitality are what helped him keep the faith and persevere through some of NVIDIA's early challenges. In just a few minutes, we'll hear from NVIDIA founder and CEO Jensen Huang on
Does
his
he keep saying
unwavering vision of the
Nvidia?
future and where we're headed next.
I haven't even been paying
Stay tuned
attention.
and have a great CES.
Not gonna lie, there's a lot of tech names that I still ask myself about, like ASUS. Is it ASUS? Is it ASUS? Is it? Oh, they're actually late. Oh, was that just thrown together? Were they planning on doing that? I really hope they were like, all right, Jensen's gonna be like 30 minutes late. We need to fill with something. Okay, just have ChatGPT generate us a script really quick about Nvidia and the founding. And, and that's what they went with. Oh, man, they're actually gonna be late. Okay. I don't know what they were just saying. They were just saying something in the in the background. They still have like the crowd mics on. Depends how you're feeling that day. It's ASUS. If I'm feeling spicy, I usually say ASUS, but you know what the funnier part is like it's hard to find. Like if you go and Google that, like, is it ASUS or is it ASUS? There's a lot of people asking that question, and nobody seems to have an answer. It's pretty crazy. Yes, the AI did speech real quick to show off. That was Nvidia's presentation. Actually, that was fully AI generated in real time. The whole thing, the speech, the script, the video, the voice, everything was AI. You say ASUS, not ASUS. ASUS? ASUS. Depends on your English accent. See, and that's what I think the other thing about it is it's probably not 100% one way or the other. I don't know. They probably care, but it probably matters more about how you say it. I don't know. Either way. ASUS. ASUS. They're aware. ASUS. I'm just going to say that. You're not with the AI people. It weirds you out. Oh, here we go. Yeah, AI is... I'm still trying to get my thoughts together on AI. To be completely honest, it's a really weird thing. Presentation contains several sequences of quickly flashing lights that may cause discomfort and or affect guests who are susceptible to epilepsy. So close your eyes, guys, if you need to. Just don't turn the stream off. Just please close your eyes. Remember the movie Her. We're getting too close to that 100%. It's the craziest thing is to think about where we were like a year ago. Okay, we're not starting yet. So ChatGPT officially released November 30th, 2022. Or at least that's what this is saying. I don't think it was like super publicly available until 2023. I mean, we're talking like a year and a half, like whatever. Like, look at where things have come in just like a year or two. And that's as slow as AI is ever going to progress again, right? Like, that's what everybody says. This is the worst that AI is ever going to be right now. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get crazier. And it's kind of scary when you think about a lot of it. But it's interesting. Interesting, weird, all the things. Also, if you're watching, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's go. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button.
This is how intelligence is made.
Oh, here we go. Intelligence. They're making it. You're going to be cooking, but listening. Appreciate it, Big Dubs. I appreciate you being here.
Of AI. Tokens have opened a new frontier.
They're just starting with AI.
An extraordinary world where endless possibilities.
All right, this one's definitely AI generated. You can tell by his hair, and that they're just talking about
words into knowledge.
Tokyo.
Breathe life into images.
That was his name. Was Tokyo?
They turn ideas
50 Shades. How's it going? Welcome. You are just in time. You are 15 minutes late, but so is Nvidia. They are just starting. Nvidia Drive. That's actually where I think that this could come in really handy. I cannot wait for self-driving cars. Not gonna lie. I don't need a robot bartender in the pub. I need a self-driving car. I need the rest of the terrible drivers in the world to have self-driving cars. Let's be honest. I don't need that. I don't need that either.
Hi, Emma. We're gonna take your blood sample today, okay?
Don't worry. I'm gonna be here the whole time.
Nope. Don't need that. Don't need that. I mean, this stuff is cool. Yeah, use it for research. Use it for science. We don't need any more videos and generative pictures. Fashionably late, as usual. You are perfectly on time.
And find cures for the threats within us.
This stuff is cool. Medical, I think, is going to be the other place that AI really just goes insane and makes the biggest difference. I don't think Apple Vision Pro is that, but AI for sure is like going to be cool. Can we get rid of AI and robots to build a high-speed rail? Yes. Please just give us the stuff that makes sense. That's what you desperately want. Yes. Of course, the map with the hurricane hitting Florida.
They help us move forward.
Sorry for the PTSD.
One small
There you go. There's a robot I can get behind. Give everybody mech suits. No, that's not what that was. All right.
giant leap.
If you hear Gen AI one more time, you're gonna be sick. Well, you also might be sick from the epilepsy. But you weren't here for the epilepsy warning that they had at the beginning. So you better get ready to close your eyes if you need to, and your ears apparently. Fix our infrastructure, 100%. We need stuff like that.
Begins.
It's actually gonna make a difference first. Look at all the people taking pictures.
Welcome to the stage, NVIDIA founder and CEO, Jensen Huang.
Welcome to the stage. Welcome. Again, let me know if you can't hear, if you want it louder, quieter, anything like that. If you just want me to shut up. Look at that jacket.
Are you excited to be
Making a statement.
Do you like my jacket? I thought I'd go the other way from Gary Shapiro.
Yes.
I'm in Las Vegas after all. If this doesn't work out, if all of you object,
From blockchains to AI tokens. 1,000,000%. That's exactly what we're talking about today.
you have to let this sink in. In another hour or so, you're going to feel good about it.
Audio to face 3D.
welcome to
Oh, man.
Nvidia. In fact,
Shiny,
this is
sexy
NVIDIA's
jacket.
digital twin. And we're going to take you to Nvidia. Ladies and
I love
gentlemen,
it.
Welcome to Nvidia.
Welcome to NVIDIA.
Inside
Thank you.
Our digital twin. Everything
Pretty
you
cool.
here is generated by AI. It has been an
Except for the people that
extraordinary
architected
journey
it and designed it and built it. Other than that,
it
it's
started
all
in
AI.
1993. Ready, go! With NV1, we wanted to build computers that can do things that normal computers couldn't. And NV1
They have been building up
have a game
to
console
this
in your
keynote
PC.
for a long time
Our
now.
programming architecture was called UDA, missing the letter C until a little while later, but UDA, Unified Device Architecture. And the first developer for UDA and the first application that ever worked on UDA was Sega's Virtual Fighter. 6 years later, we invented, in 1999, the programmable GPU. And it started 20 plus years of incredible advance in this incredible processor called the GPU. It made modern computer graphics possible.
Invented the 4080
Now,
in
30 years
1999. Got it?
Sega's Virtual Fighter is completely cinematic.
Nice.
This is the new Virtual Fighter project that's coming. I just can't wait. Absolutely incredible.
That's pretty cool. Not gonna
6
lie.
years after that, 6 years after,
Wasn't a
6 years after
super
1999,
great showcase there, but
we invented
that's
CUDA
pretty cool.
so that we could explain or express the programmability of our GPUs to a rich set of algorithms that could benefit from it. CUDA initially was difficult to explain, and it took years, in fact. It took approximately 6 years.
AMD AI RX Max Pro Ryzen 10 Plus Ultimate CPU 2025 plus plus. Yes, it's gonna be good.
2012, Alex Kershaw,
Close your eyes.
Ilya Sussman,
Close your eyes.
and Jeff Hinton discovered CUDA,
It says generative AI.
used it
It's all for naught if we don't have electrical infrastructure to power it. That's true. Should incentivize these big tech companies to build out public infrastructure.
Started
Be pretty
with
cool.
Perception AI. We now can understand images and words and sounds.
Instead, they are letting them build out
Generative
mini
AI,
nuclear plants that don't
generate
contribute.
images and text and sounds. And now, agentic AI. AIs that can perceive, reason, plan, and act. And then the next phase, some of which we'll talk about tonight, physical AI, 2012. Now, magically,
You say 2012?
2018, something happened that was pretty incredible. Google's Transformer was released as BERT, and the world of AI really took off. Transformers, as you know, completely changed the landscape for artificial intelligence. In fact, it completely changed the landscape for computing altogether. We recognized properly that AI was not just a new application with a new business opportunity, but AI, more importantly, machine learning enabled by transformers, was going to fundamentally
Software engineering is going to look
how
real
computing
different
works.
here real quick.
And today, computing is revolutionized in every single layer, from hand coding, instructions that run on CPUs to create software tools that humans use. We now have machine learning that creates and optimizes neural networks that
World's
processes
longest
on
build-up.
GPUs and creates artificial intelligence. Every single layer of the technology stack has
He is
been
really,
completely changed
really utilizing
incredible
these 45
transformation
minutes that he has.
in just 12 years. Well,
Wonder if he gets
we
those
can now
15 minutes back that he
understand
wasted
information of
being late.
just about any modality.
He's probably
Sure, we've
shining his
seen
jacket in the
text
back.
and images and sounds and things like that. But not only can we understand those, we can understand amino acids. We can understand physics. We understand them. We can translate them.
I don't think
and
anybody
generate them.
understands physics, and
The
AI isn't going to
applications
help us
are
do
just
that.
completely endless. In fact, almost any AI application that you see out there, what modality is the input that it learned from? What modality of information did it translate to? And what modality of information is it generating? If you ask these three fundamental questions, just about every single application could be inferred. And so when you see application after applications that are AI-driven, AI-native, at the core of it, this fundamental concept is there. Machine learning has changed how every application is going to be built, how computing will be done, and the possibilities beyond. Well,
And we're all
GPUs,
going to gag a little bit in the background.
GeForce, in a lot of ways, all of this with AI is the house that GeForce built. GeForce enabled AI to reach the masses. And now, AI is coming home to GeForce. There are so many things that you can't do without AI. Let me show you some of it now.
All right, here comes the penguin eating spaghetti. You can't do this. Rendered in real time. This is what... Okay, yeah, you're right. We can't do this without an Nvidia GPU. But we don't want to do this. That's the problem here. You're missing. We don't want this. I mean, this jacket would look better on me, but for about 4 more gators would be needed. Reason large language models work so well is because there's a massive glut of writing on the internet. Exactly. Large swaths of data to make it effective. I think we're going to hit an AI plateau 100%. All of a sudden, we're going to hit a point where AI just keeps regurgitating and re-ingesting AI-generated work. We're going to have the AI incest evolution going on, and it's just going to get worse and worse.
That was real-time computer graphics. No computer graphics researcher, no computer scientist would have told you that it is possible for us to ray trace every single pixel at this point. Ray tracing is a simulation of light. The amount of geometry that you saw was absolutely insane. It would have been impossible without artificial intelligence. There are two fundamental things that we did. We used, of course, programmable shading and ray traced acceleration to produce incredibly beautiful pixels. But then we have artificial intelligence be conditioned, be controlled by that pixel to generate a whole bunch of other pixels. Not only is it able to generate other pixels spatially, because it's aware of what the colors should be, it has been trained on a supercomputer back in Nvidia, and so the neural network that's running on the GPU can infer and predict the pixels that we did not render. Not only can we do that, it's called DLSS. The latest generation of DLSS also
Garbage in, garbage out. Yep.
Frames. It can predict the future, generating 3 additional frames for every frame that we calculate. What you saw,
Diminishing returns for sure.
Because we're going to render 1 frame and generate 3. If I said 4 frames at full HD, 4K, that's 33 million pixels or so. Out of that 33 million pixels, we computed only 2. It is an absolute miracle that we can computationally using programmable shaders and our ray tracing engine, to compute 2 million pixels and have AI predict.
Oh, 2. I thought he meant literally 2 pixels. We rendered 2 pixels, and the AI just came up with the rest of the millions of pixels.
It takes, of course, an enormous amount of training to produce that, but once you train it, the generation is extremely efficient. So
it's interesting he didn't use a Terminator demo for that to showcase ray tracing.
We used GeForce to enable artificial intelligence, and now artificial intelligence is revolutionizing GeForce. Everyone, today we're announcing our next generation.
Here we go.
RTX Blackwell family. Let's take a look.
Terminator, no, okay. Wow, they actually look the same. Oh, that's solid though. Okay. Okay. G7 memory? All right, all right. Are we on? Are we on GDDR7 already? Why did I think this was going to be 6 or 6 plus or something?
Our brand
Fancy.
New RTX 50 series Blackwell architecture.
You just said 50 series.
The GPU is just a beast. 92 billion transistors, 4,000.
They didn't make it any thicker either.
4 petaflops of AI. 3 times.
Tony, what's going on?
And we need all of it to generate the.
Yeah, the design is part of the GeForce brand now. But they thought about it, but decided to be bad. Didn't want to scare people.
For the pixels that we have to compute the most beautiful image you possibly can.
Okay, all right.
125 shader.
The lower end cards are still going to read GDDR6. Okay.
Current shader teraflops as well as an integer unit of equal performance. So 2 dual shaders. One is for floating point, one is for integer. G7 memory from Micron, 1.8 terabytes per second, twice the performance of our last generation. And we now have the ability to intermix AI workloads with computer graphics workloads. And one of the amazing things about this generation is the programmable shader is also able to now process neural networks. So the shader is able to carry these neural networks, and as a result, we
Depends. Do you want the exploding model or the non-exploding model?
material shading. As a result of that, you get these amazingly beautiful images that are only possible because we use AI
Yeah,
to
yeah.
learn the texture,
Got the
learn
12
compression algorithm, and as a
12
result,
pin.
get extraordinary results. Okay, so this is
They're learning from Apple. You got to make something a little bit unique. Unique, right?
Blackwell 5090.
He just said 5090. That's the
Now,
5090.
Even
They didn't make it thicker. That's awesome.
mechanical design is a miracle. Look at this. It's got 2 fans. This whole graphics card is just one giant fan. You know, so the question is, where's the graphics card? Is it literally this big?
Wow.
The voltage regulated design is state of the art. Incredible design. The engineering team did a great job. So here it is. Thank you.
Okay. That was kind of what I was thinking when they said G7. I assumed that meant
Okay,
GDDR7, but
so how does it compare?
I don't know.
Well,
Okay, let's see it.
this
What do you got
is
for us? Let's look at those graphs.
4090.
Okay.
I know many of you have one.
Yeah, that's the price for sure.
know.
Yep.
Look, it's $1,599. It is one of the best investments you could possibly make. For $1,599, you bring it home to your $10,000 PC entertainment command center. Isn't that right? Don't tell me that's not true. Don't be ashamed. It's liquid cooled. Fancy lights all over it. You
RGB.
lock it when you leave.
Only in your room though. Only in private.
It's the modern home theater. It makes perfect sense. And now for $1,500 $1,599, you get to upgrade that and turbocharge the living daylights out of it. Well, now with the Blackwell family, RTX 5070, 4090 performance at
$549. Okay.
Impossible without artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Impossible without the 4 teraops of AI tensor cores. Impossible
With
without the
4090
memory.
performance.
Okay,
So what's that gonna do
4090 performance,
to the 4090?
whole family. Starting from
Dude,
57
can you
all the
imagine?
way up to 5090.
Whoa!
Performance of a 4090.
$2,000. Okay, $1,000 for the 5080. All right, we'll see how long those prices stick around though. That's solid though. 5070, 5070 Ti, 5080, 5090. It did not say that there was going to be a 5060.
This is a 5070 laptop. For $1,299, this 5070 laptop has a 4090 performance. I think there's one here somewhere. Let me show you this.
That's
This
not terrible pricing.
Look at this thing.
Wow.
Here.
Not gonna. That's
Only so many pockets.
that's thin looking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Janine Paul. So can you imagine? You got this incredible graphics card here, Blackwell. We're going to shrink it and put it in there. Does that make any sense?
Nope.
Well, you can't do that without artificial intelligence. And the reason for that is because we're generating most of the pixels using our tensor cores. So we ray trace only the pixels we need, and we generate using artificial intelligence all of the other pixels we have. As a result, the energy efficiency is just off the charts.
Honestly, I'm actually really okay with the 2K for the 90. Is really low on stream. Sorry. I'll turn it up just a little bit more here. He is kind of quiet.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, nobody actually like needs the 4090, the 5090. Like, those are not gaming. You know, those are not gaming GPUs. You can buy one for gaming, but those are enterprise level powerhouses, right? So like, I'm okay with it. There being a little bit more differentiation here. $1,000 for the 5080, $2,000 for the 5090. Make the 5090 worth it for the professional users, and give the gamers their high performance, I'm okay with $1,000 for like basically top of the line at that point.
Brought AI to the world, democratized AI.
Interesting that they didn't
Now AI
mention
has come
anything
back
yet about
and
any of the other
revolutionized
performances, though.
Let's talk about
They just said that the 5070,
Let's go to somewhere
which
else
right
in
now
the-
is the bottom of the line, is going to be
This is literally our office.
4090 performance.
Okay, so let's talk about.
Not gonna lie, that's
The industry
pretty crazy.
chasing and racing to scale artificial intelligence. And the scaling law is a powerful model. It's an empirical law that has been observed and demonstrated by researchers and industry over several generations. And the scaling law says that the more data you have, the training data that you have, the larger model that you have.
Oh yeah, the 80 class
and the
being
more compute that you
$700.
apply to it, therefore,
Inflation,
the
man.
more effective or the more capable
Inflation.
your model will become.
I'm a little like those are okay prices to me. I feel like I'm okay with those. Little disappointed that they didn't come out crazy strong and be like, oh yeah, also the 5060 for $299.
Humanity will produce more data than all of humanity has ever produced since the beginning. And so we're still producing a gigantic amount of data, and it's becoming multimodal. Video and images and sound, all of that data could be used to train the fundamental knowledge, the foundational knowledge of an AI. But there are, in fact, two other scaling laws that has now emerged. And it's somewhat intuitive. The second scaling law is post-training scaling law. Post-training scaling law
Now we're
uses
into our
technologies, techniques like reinforcement learning, human feedback.
college level
Basically, the
AI theory
AI
class.
produces and generates answers based on a human query. The human then, of course, gives a feedback. It's much more complicated than that, but that reinforcement learning system with a fair number of very high-quality prompts causes the AI to refine its skills.
He did not say how much VRAM, though. You are correct. You are correct. We did not get that.
So on and so forth. And so it's essentially
They'll announce the
like
budget whenever we spent money.
having a mentor
Yeah,
or
yeah.
having a
I mean, I
coach
can see
give you
that.
feedback after you're done going to school.
I mean, I can see that. If they weren't ready for pricing on that one yet, like they know that they're going to have a 5060, they just weren't 100% on pricing yet, so they just left it off entirely. I could see that. Yeah. You are correct, though. We did not get the amounts of VRAM, though. That could change things drastically. Imagine the 5070 has 8 gigabytes of VRAM.
With a very complicated and a difficult problem.
Imagine.
That is verifiable functionally.
That's why it's so cheap.
Answer that we understand. Maybe proving a theorem. Maybe solving a geometry problem. And so these problems would cause the AI to produce
Upgradable VRAM.
reinforcement learning. It would learn how to improve itself.
No way, it's 2 times faster than the 4090. So we said the 5070 was as fast as the 4090,
We now
right?
have a third scaling law. And this third
Which
scaling
I
law
feel like is
has to
crazy
do with,
already.
What's called test time scaling.
But to be fair, the 4000 series wasn't about performance. That was in the whole TikTok thing of performance versus efficiency. The 4000 series was an efficiency upgrade, so like we're talking about a power upgrade this time.
To produce the answers.
But yeah, that's the other thing. He keeps talking about it's more powerful. It's X amount of times more powerful. It's more powerful. But you're 100% right. It is all AI power right now. It's going to be interesting to see how these actual graphs end up coming out when people get them to test. Because yeah, at the end of the day, we may get that many more frames, right? But if they're all AI generated, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to consider those the same thing, right?
All of these scaling laws
could get interesting.
We see incredible achievements from ChatGPT to O1 to O3. and now Gemini Pro, all of these systems.
Yeah,
are
yeah.
going
Raw
through
performance could be a
this
lot
journey
different.
Step by step by step.
They did this with IDA too.
Pre-training to post-training to test time scaling. Well, the
Yeah.
amount of computation that we need, of course, is incredible. And we would like, in fact, that society has the ability to scale the amount of computation to produce more and more novel and better intelligence.
Not gonna lie, I just keep getting distracted by chat and his jacket. Like,
a lot of very challenging problems.
the jacket is
Scaling law. It's driving.
It's throwing me off, man.
For Nvidia computing.
5070 will not beat out the 4090. It will be purposefully bottlenecked, probably by the
Let's take a
VRAM.
look at Blackwell.
4090 doesn't use any
Blackwell
of that.
is in full production.
Doesn't use any of that, but if it did,
It is
there's definitely. I mean,
what it
I think
looks like.
theoretically, isn't
First of
like
all,
DLSS
There's some
AI? Like, isn't all of that considered AI already? I don't know. There's got to be something AI related in there, right?
15 computer makers. It's being made about 200 different SKUs, 200 different configurations. They're liquid-cooled, air-cooled, x86, NVIDIA Grace CPU versions, NVLink 36 by 2, NVLink 70.
5070 Insider rumor was 12 gigabytes and 16 on the 5070 Ti,
every
which
single data center in the world. Well,
I think
these
that's
systems are being currently
okay,
manufactured in some
right?
45
Like for this year,
It tells you how pervasive
12
artificial
gigabytes of
intelligence
VRAM
is
like this
and how
year
much
will be
the
fine.
industry is jumping onto artificial intelligence in this new computing model. Well,
I think it's
the reason
fine,
why we're driving it so hard,
especially at
we
that
need a lot
price.
more
I think that's
computation.
fine.
It's very clear.
I'll stick with your
very clear
4090.
that,
I mean, yeah, I don't think you're gonna have a reason to upgrade a 4090 anytime soon. At least it has 24 gigabytes of VRAM, 100%. DLSS uses Tensor Core. Okay, Tensor is AI accelerators.
It's
All right,
hard
cool.
to tell. You don't ever want to reach your hands into a dark place. Hang on a second. Is this a good idea? All right.
Oh gosh. He's gonna say this. Oh my gosh. I thought he was gonna say this is actually just the blown up of what is all over my jacket.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh no, he's waiting for a sword or something. They're not coming.
I thought I was worthy. Apparently, Yonir didn't think I was worthy.
He's trying really hard though, guys.
All right.
He's trying really
This
hard.
is my show and tell. This is a show and tell. So, this NVLink system, this right
4090
here,
is the
this
next
NVLink
1080
system,
Ti. You know, I think you might be right. Honestly,
NVLink 72.
not gonna lie, like I think the 4000 series is really solid with the efficiencies that they made with that series. Like really great. You can upgrade to a 4000 series without having to upgrade a lot of the rest of your system, like your power supply and things.
It has,
I honestly, I still think that like the 4060 Ti is like such a solid card, just not for the price that it's at. It's a solid card. That's going to be a card that a lot of people buy this year. As soon as it goes down in price to like $200, people are going to buy the crap out of the 4060 Ti. We'll get a 5060 Ti with 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Oh man. And 3 months later, they'll release the 5060 12 gig.
But the goal of all of this,
You need a GPU with RAM slots? Dude, that'd be pretty crazy.
That this level of computation,
Can you imagine just picking the GPU that you want and then picking the configuration of VRAM in it? That'd be pretty cool. If only we could.
That basically says that in one generation,
I'm down to solder my RAM if it makes it faster.
cost of training these models by a factor of 3. Or if you want to increase,
I mean, if you could just pick your
size of the model by a factor of
configuration,
3, it's about the same cost. But the important thing
that'd be
is
pretty
this.
coul.
These are generating tokens that are being used by all of us when we use ChatGPT or when we
Uh-oh,
use
we're
Gemini,
generating
use our
tokens
phones in the
now.
future. Just about
Dang
all
it.
of these applications are going to be consuming
I'm
these
sorry,
AI
guys.
tokens. And these AI tokens are being generated by these systems.
And they're making him
And every
rich.
single data center is limited by power. And so if the perf per watt of Blackwell is 4 times our last
You game it
generation.
1440p, so
Then
5090
the
for better
revenue that can be
4K.
generated,
I
the
mean,
amount of business that can be
have
generated in
you
data centers is increased by
have you
50%.
tried the 4090
So
with
these
4K?
AI systems
I can't
really are
imagine that it's
factories
gonna
today.
be
Now, the goal of
it's
all
gonna
of
have
this
any
is so that we
issues
can
with
create
anything
one
for the
giant
most part.
chip.
I don't know.
The amount of
I
computation
also have
needed
a
is really quite incredible.
have a
And this is
1440p
basically
monitor.
one giant chip. If we would have had to build a chip, here we go. Sorry, guys.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this was the epilepsy warning. Guys, close your eyes.
Disco lights in here.
Close your eyes. 5060 Ti
If we
Super
had to
Max
build this
Supreme
as
Plus
one
Plus
chip,
2025
obviously this would be the size of the
with 8
wafer,
gigabytes of
but
RAM.
this doesn't include the impact of yield. It would have to
It's gonna be
probably
something like
3 or
that.
4 times the size.
Dude, I
And
hope
what we
they're.
basically have here
I hope they would
is
not do a
72
60
Blackwell
series
GPUs or
Ti
144
Super.
dies. This one
Sure
chip
enough, we
here
won't
is
even
1.4
have RAM
exaflop.
chips. They'll
The
put
world's
the RAM
largest
on the
supercomputer, fastest
chipset
supercomputer,
and
only
use
recently-
memory
this
fabric
entire
to
room
connect it.
supercomputer only recently achieved an exaflop plus.
Terrible for the
This
right
is
to repair,
1.4
great for Nvidia.
exaflops of AI floating point performance. It has 14
Need more
terabytes
FPS?
of
Yeah,
memory, but here's the
that's
amazing
true.
thing.
It will
The
get you more
memory bandwidth is
FPS.
1.2 petabytes per second. That's basically the entire internet traffic that's happening right now. The entire
1.2
world's internet traffic
petabytes.
is being processed across these chips. Okay, and we have 130.
Where did he
trillion
get that
transistors
number?
in total? 2,592 CPU cores. Whole bunch of networking, and so these.
Where do you get that number? The whole internet
So these are the
traffic right now
Blackwells.
is 1.2 petabytes.
These are
Captain
our
America
connectors.
vibes. Captain
Networking
Nvidia
chips.
vibes.
These are the NVLink, and we're trying to pretend about the NVLink spine, but that's not possible. Okay, and these are all of the HBM memories, 14 terabytes of HBM memory. This is what we're trying to do, and this is the miracle. This is the miracle of the Blackwell system.
The
Blackwell
miracle.
dies right here. It is the largest single
An
chip the world's ever
interesting
made.
word for it.
But yet, the miracle is really.
Fine with your FPS now, no
addition to that,
issues. That's good.
This is, the
Plus, the
greatest
monitor has a lot to do with
Well,
nice
the goal
graphics.
of all of this, of
100%.
course, is so
I was
that
just
we can-
talking to somebody else about that. I think monitor is probably an upgrade that a lot of people should make. I think that's a pretty solid upgrade that a lot of people could make right now. I think there's a lot of people still running a 1080p 60 FPS, so 60 hertz monitor.
Can I have a Michelob Ultra?
What? Cheers. Oh, okay. Well.
How is it possible that we're in the Michelob Ultra Stadium? It's like coming to Nvidia and we don't have a GPU for you.
He is,
so we need
man.
an
He's
enormous
just
amount of
living his
competition.
best life.
Just want to train large language
I
models,
now believe the
and
story
these
that he was
inferences-
raised in a
these
Denny's. It makes
one
sense now.
inference, But in the future, the AI is going to be talking to itself. It's going to be thinking.
Modern power supply, best things to buy for your
So
PC
today,
besides a GPU.
When the tokens are being generated at you, so long as it's coming out at 20 or 30 tokens per second, it's basically as fast as anybody can read.
For some reason,
However, in the
monitors
future,
are just the
and right now
cheapest
with,
thing right now.
GPT-01, you know, with the new
They're
Gemini
going
Pro
crazy
and
down in
the new
price.
the 01, 03 models, they're talking to themselves, reflecting, they're thinking. And so, as you can imagine, the rate at which the tokens could be ingested is incredibly high. And so we need the token rates, the token generation rates, to go way up. And we also
I have no
to
idea what
costs
he's talking
way
about when
down
he's talking about these
simultaneously
tokens.
so that
And
the quality of service
either
can
way,
be extraordinary, the cost to
I'm not a fan of it right now.
and, AI will continue.
All right, gotta clip that.
And
He
that's
needs
the
a beer.
fundamental
Yeah.
purpose, the reason why we
Dude, get
created
that
something like
CEO
that.
a beer.
One of the most important things that's happening in the world of enterprise is agentic AI. Agentic AI basically is a perfect example of test time scaling. AI is a system of models. Some of it is understanding, interacting with the customer, interacting with the user. Some of it's maybe retrieving information from storage.
Yeah, you got
semantic
165
AI system,
hertz, more
like
than
a
enough.
maybe
Yeah,
going
it's
on to the internet, Maybe it's
That's good.
studying a PDF
Yeah,
file.
165
So it
hertz
might be
is
using tools, it might be using a
plenty for the most
calculator,
part.
And it might be using a generative AI to generate charts and such. And it's taking the problem you gave it, breaking it
I'm
down
just
step by
super
step,
excited that
and
the
scaling it
AI
through
is
all these different
generating the
models.
tokens
Well,
for
in
us.
order to respond to a customer in
And
the
as soon as
future,
they
in order for
generate
AI
more
to respond,
tokens,
it used to be
the
ask
AI
a
will be able to
question,
generate
answer
so
starts
many
spewing
more
out. In the
tokens.
future, you
It's
ask it
kind of like
a whole bunch of
a
models that are
pyramid
working in the
scheme
background. And
where
so
the AI
test
just
time
makes its
scaling,
own
the amount of computation
tokens
used
for itself,
inferencing is
right?
going to go through the roof. It's going to go through the roof because
And
we
then if
want
you
better
buy
models.
some of those
Well,
tokens,
to
use
help
your
the industry
AI to
build
generate more
agentic AI,
tokens,
our
then you
go-to-market
can
is
sell
not
your
direct to enterprise
tokens
customers.
to
Our
somebody
go-to-market
else.
is we work with software developers in the
It's a
IT
whole thing.
ecosystem to integrate our technology to make possible new capabilities.
Digital
just like we did with
human?
CUDA
What is that one in the middle there?
We now
Why does
wanna
that
do
say
that
digital
with
human?
AI libraries. And just as the computing model of the past has APIs that are doing computer graphics or doing linear algebra or doing fluid dynamics, in the future, on top of those acceleration libraries, CUDA acceleration libraries, we'll have AI libraries. We've created 3 things for helping the ecosystem build agentic AI. Nvidia NIMs, which are essentially AI microservices all packaged up. It takes all of this really complicated CUDA software, CUDA
The
DNA,
Devon coin.
Cutlass, or
Buy my tokens,
Tensor
guys.
TLM, or Triton, or all of these different.
I got
really
a bunch
complicated
of
software, and the
insider
model itself,
information
we
on
package it up, we
on
optimize it,
selling
put it into a
crypto
container, and you can
from
take
the
it
Hawk to
wherever
a
you
girl.
like. And so we
We're
have models
launching
for vision,
we're
for
launching the end of the
understanding
month.
languages,
Get
for
ready.
speech, for
Devon coin.
animation, for digital biology, and we have some new
gonna be
exciting
great.
models coming for physical AI. And these AI models run in every single cloud.
Promise it's gonna make me
NVIDIA's
rich.
GPUs are
I mean,
now
all of
available
us
in every
rich.
single cloud. It's available
It's gonna be
in every
awesome.
single OEM. So you could literally take these models, integrate it into your software packages, create AI agents that run on Cadence, or there might be ServiceNow agents, or they might be SAP agents, and they could deploy it to their customers and run it wherever the customers want to run the software. The next layer is what we call NVIDIA NeMo. NeMo is essentially a digital employee onboarding and training evaluation system. In the future, these AI agents are essentially digital workforce that are working alongside your employees.
Wow, this is interesting.
Doing things for you on your behalf. And so the way that you would bring these specialized agents into these special agents into your company is to onboard them, just like you onboard an employee. And so we have different libraries that helps these AI agents be trained for the type of language in your company.
And because all of these new AI agents are coming into the workforce, it means that everybody gets to work less and enjoy their lives, right?
They would give a feedback, and then you would evaluate them.
I don't know anything about PCs. Do these GPUs look good or what?
These are things that you're not allowed to do. These are things you're not
They
allowed
don't
to
look
say.
terrible yet.
And we even
They
give
don't
them
look
access
terrible.
to certain information. Okay, so
They haven't given
that
us
entire
all the
pipeline
details, but they did
of
give us
digital
pricing,
employee pipeline
and the pricing
called
looks
NeMo.
decent.
In a lot of ways, the IT department of every
Looks
company
decent.
is going to be the HR department of AI agents in the future.
You need an intermission?
Today,
Yeah,
they
he's really
manage
just
and maintain a
going
bunch of software
full
from the IT
full
industry.
on
In the
AI
future, they'll
lecture here
maintain,
at this point.
Nurture, onboard, and
We make
improve
all
a
this
whole bunch of
stuff.
digital
What
agents
is
and provision them to
what
the
is it?
company
All
to
this
use.
AI crap?
Okay,
A
and so
computer is
your
nothing without
your IT
programs.
department is going to become kind of like AI
You don't
agent
buy the
HR.
digital double thing.
And on top
Yeah,
of that, we
it's
provide a whole bunch of blueprints.
it's gonna get
that our
crazy here real
ecosystem
quick.
Could take advantage of. All of this is completely open source.
It's gonna
so
get
you can
crazy.
Take it and modify the blueprints. We have blueprints for all kinds of different types of agents. Well, today we're also announcing that we're doing something that's really cool and I think
Dude,
really
100%. Hopefully,
We're
the 40
announcing
series
a whole
cards
family of
are a
models
lot
that are
cheaper.
based off of
At least
Llama,
after they
the
release.
NVIDIA
Probably not
Llama
like tomorrow,
Nemotron
right?
Language foundation
But
models. Llama 3.1 is a complete
yeah, hopefully they get
phenomenon.
much cheaper, and then those are going to be
The
some
download of
really
Llama
great
3.1 from
cards.
Meta, 650,000 times.
Not a
something
bad
like that.
deal. Let's see if we can
It has
get a
been
5070. Exactly. That's going to be the hard
derived
thing,
and
is getting them
turned
for
into other
MSRP.
models. about 60,000 other different
You know,
models.
they said the
It is
5070 is going to be
singularly the reason why just about
549.
every single enterprise and every single
But yeah, once
industry
it
has
finally
been
releases,
activated to start
especially
working on
depending,
AI.
as
Well,
long
the
as
thing
the
that we did was we
benchmarks and the
realized
testing and everything goes
that the
good
Llama
on these
models
things,
really could be
it's going to be
better
impossible to
fine-tuned
get one
for
for a
enterprise
long
use.
time.
And so we fine-tune them using our expertise and
In a
our
perfect world,
capabilities,
yes,
and we
AI
turn
would
them
stop
into
our
the
labor, but
Llama
we have to give up
Nemotron
money to do that,
suite
and it will
of
never
open
happen.
models. There are small ones that interact and
I mean,
very, very fast.
yeah,
response
it's
time,
just such a
extremely
weird
small.
thought experiment to
what we
go
call
through
super.
what
Llama
AI could look
Nemotron
like in a
supers.
couple of
They're
years.
basically your mainstream
2000
versions of your
founders
models,
price I see is
or
hitting
your
25 to
ultra model. The
yeah.
ultra
I mean,
model
he
could
was
be
already saying that
to
the
your
4090
t-shirt
is
model
priced
for a
at
whole bunch of other models.
$15.99,
It could be
and
a
I don't think
reward
I've seen
model,
it for less than
evaluator,
$18.99.
a judge for other models to create answers and
No,
decide
they did
whether
not
it's a good
talk
answer or
about
not.
or mention the
Basically give
VRAM.
feedback to other models.
There's
It
lots
can be
of
distilled into different models. Basically,
insider
a teacher
information
model,
leaks
a
and stuff
knowledge
that
distillation,
saying the 5070 is
model.
probably going to have
Very
12,
large, very
5070
capable.
Ti
And so
with
all of this
16.
is now available online.
But again,
Well,
they didn't
these
announce any of that.
models are
You're
incredible.
willing to bet they'll
It's
sell the
a
5070 for
number one in
700 all day
leaderboards for
long? Yeah.
chat, leaderboard for
4090 will stay high,
instruction,
probably. Yeah,
leaderboard
honestly,
for
these might
travel.
just be like different
So
enough
different
of
types
cards
functionalities
that the
necessary
40 series
that are
don't
used in
come
AI
down too
agents
much.
around the world. These are going to be incredible models to use.
Used cards will get a
We're
whole
also
lot
working with,
cheaper,
the
but yeah,
ecosystem.
like
These
new,
all of our
you won't be
NVIDIA
able.
AI
They probably won't be
technologies
that
are
much
integrated
cheaper.
into, the IT industry. We have great partners and really great work being done at ServiceNow, at SAP, at Siemens.
Wow.
For industrial AI. Cadence is doing
They're already
great
doing
work.
all that?
Synopsys is doing great work.
They're already
really
hiring
proud of the
AI
work that we do with
agents,
Perplexity,
AI
as you know,
special
we
agents.
revolutionized search. Yeah, really fantastic stuff. Codium, every
I assume what this means.
software engineer in the world. This is going to be the next giant
CrowdStrike's
AI
on there though.
application.
Hopefully that helps them
Next
out a little bit.
giant AI service period is software coding. 30 million software engineers around the world. Everybody is going to have a software assistant helping them code.
Yeah, that's definitely how the companies are going to work. They're going to have a software assistant helping them code. Yeah, that's how companies work. I can't wait for my AI assistant to get here. I can't wait for my company to pay for me to have an AI assistant. Yeah, that's going to be,
let me show you some of the
that's how it's going to work for sure.
blueprints that we've created and some of the work that we've done with our partners with these AI agents. AI agents are the new digital workforce, working for and with us. AI agents are a system of models that reason about a mission, break it down into tasks, and retrieve data or use tools to generate a quality response. NVIDIA's agentic AI building blocks, NIM pre-trained models, and NeMo framework let organizations easily develop AI agents and deploy them anywhere.
Is he literally just doing a video recap of what he just
on our company's methods,
talked about?
like we do for employees. AI agents are domain-specific task experts. Let me show you 4 examples. For the billions of knowledge workers and students,
that software
AI research
assistant is going to learn your code.
like lectures,
And then guess what?
journals,
In about
results,
3 months, your software assistant is going to be better at writing code, better at writing your code than you are.
Diffusion model, CoreDiff can downscale global weather forecasts down from 25 kilometers.
Why is this AI model reading off of a teleprompter? Did you see his eyes moving? Why was it reading off a teleprompter?
Scan software for vulnerabilities, alerting developers to what action is needed.
Why is AI so weird? I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Like, it probably makes it more realistic, but
drug candidates faster than ever. NVIDIA Analytics AI agents built on an NVIDIA Metropolis blueprint, including NVIDIA Cosmos Nematron vision language models, Llama Nematron LLMs, and NeMo Retriever. Metropolis agents analyze content from the billions of cameras generating 100,000 petabytes of video per day. They enable interactive search, summarization, and automated reporting, and help monitor traffic flows, flagging congestion or danger. In industrial facilities,
They monitor
I mean, this
processes
stuff is going to be
and
really
generate
cool
recommendations or improvement.
once it actually
Metropolis
works.
agents centralize data from hundreds of cameras and can
It's like
reroute workers or robots
it's like a
when
Wii Me in
incidents occur.
4K.
The age of
Yeah,
agentic
that's
AI
those
is here
those little avatars.
for
They're not
every
going to
organization.
last very long.
Okay. That was the first pitch at a baseball game. That was not generated. I just felt that none of you were impressed. Okay, so AI was created in the cloud and for the cloud. AI was created in the cloud and for the cloud. And for
You know that
enjoying AI
he
on
loves
phones,
these
of
little
course, is
avatars too.
perfect. Very,
He was
very
the one
soon,
that like
we're gonna have a
made them do
continuous AI
this panel.
that's going to be with you.
Yes.
When you use those
Make
Meta
me
glasses,
an avatar
you can,
into
of
all
course,
of these little
point at something,
assistants.
look at something and ask it, whatever information you want. And so AI is perfect in the cloud. It was created in the cloud, it's perfect in the cloud. However, we would love to be able to take that AI everywhere. I've mentioned already that you could take NVIDIA AI to any cloud, but you could also put it inside your company. But the thing that we want to do more than anything is put it on our PC as well. And so, as you
That's
know,
what I want to
Windows
do with
95
it. Is just
revolutionized the computer
load up
industry.
my
It made
PC with
possible
my own
this
AI.
new suite of multimedia services, and it changed the way that applications was created forever. Windows 95, this model of computing, of course, is not perfect for AI. And so the thing that we would like to do is we would like to have, in the future, your AI basically become your AI assistant. And instead of just the 3D APIs and the sound APIs and the video APIs, you would have
Okay,
generative APIs.
see now this would be really cool if everybody had like their own AI that they could train and take with them. But you can't do that at any company already.
While leveraging the massive investment.
What company have you gone to write code for that they said, oh yeah, all the code that you wrote while you worked here, yeah, it's yours. Take it with you. Do whatever you want with it.
If we could figure out a way.
No company is going to want to do that. This is a very very nice way of looking at things. But
the answer is Windows.
it's probably not going to be how it works.
Windows WSL2. Windows WSL2 basically is two operating systems within one. It works perfectly.
Now there's not only going to be security at the front door checking your checking your bag, but you're going to have to check in your laptop so they know that your AI isn't stealing company data.
And very importantly,
your AI is going to have to go through a security scanner too.
WSL2 supports CUDA perfectly out of the box. As a result, everything that I showed you with NVIDIA NIMS, NVIDIA NeMo, the blueprints that we developed that are going to be up in ai.nvidia.com, so long as the computer fits it, so long as you can fit that model, and we're going to have many models that fit, whether it's
Microsoft deprecated WSL? I have no idea.
These animation, digital human models, all kinds of different types of models are going to be perfect for your PC, and you download it, and it should just run. And so our focus
download
is
it, and it should just run.
WSL2, Windows PC
all right.
into a target first-class platform that we will support and maintain for as long as we shall live. And so this is an incredible thing for
and for as long as we shall live.
Let me show you.
Is that what he just? I feel like am I hearing him right when he says this kind of stuff?
Generative AI synthesizes amazing images from simple text prompts.
Watch out! Close your eyes. Epilepsy warning.
To control using only words.
Generative AI on the screen.
With NVIDIA NIM microservices, creators can use simple 3D objects to guide AI image generation. Let's see how a concept artist can use this technology to develop the look of a scene. They start by laying out 3D assets, created by hand or generated with AI. Then use an image generation NIM, such as Flux, to create a visual that adheres to the 3D scene. Add or move objects to refine the composition. Change camera angles to frame the perfect shot.
Yeah, it's definitely getting to be a little bit too
with
much.
A new prompt. Assisted by generative AI and NVIDIA NIM, and artists can quickly realize their vision.
Again, there's some of those use cases like that. Like, for a concept artist to like think through what this potentially could look like. You know that's not what people are using it for. That was a finished product for 99% of companies out there.
Their PCs ready for this stack.
That was the finished
AI PCs
product.
are coming to a home near you. Linux is good. Okay, let's talk about physical AI.
What was that? Did he just say Linux is good?
Let's talk about physical AI. So, physical AI.
I think he's over his 45 minutes at this point.
Imagine, whereas your large language model, you give it your context, your prompt on the left, and it generates tokens one at a time to produce the output. That's basically how it works. The amazing thing is this model in the middle is quite large, has billions of parameters. The context length is incredibly large because you might decide to load in a PDF. In my case, I might load in several PDFs before I ask it a question. Those PDFs are turned into tokens. The attention, the basic attention
The
characteristic.
more tokens you have, the more money you have, the more that you can,
every single token
right?
find its
Something like that.
relationship and relevance against every other token. So you could have hundreds of thousands of tokens, and the computational load increases quadratically. And it does this, all of the parameters, all of the input sequence, process it through every single layer of the transformer, and it produces one token. That's the reason why we needed Blackwell. And then the next token is produced when the current token is done. It puts the current token into the input sequence and takes that whole thing and generates the next token. It does it one at a time. This is the transformer model. It's the reason
Okay,
why
I
it's
thought I was joking
so
when I was
incredibly
talking, like
effective.
the way that I was describing this as a.
What
The more
if,
that he talks, the more I
instead
think
of
it is a
PDFs,
pyramid
it's
scheme.
your
Like,
surrounding? And what
I don't
if,
know what's going
instead
on.
of the prompt, a question, it's a request. Go over there and pick up that, that box and bring it back. And instead of what is produced in tokens as text, it produces action tokens. Well, that
action tokens cost a little bit more
is a
money
very sensible
than
thing for the future of robotics. And the technology is right around the corner.
the food
But what we
tokens
need
that
to
you're
do
going to get,
is we need to create the
but less than the
world
medical
model
tokens that are required to go to the hospital.
as opposed to GPT, which is a language model. And this world model has to understand the language of the world. It has to understand physical dynamics, things like gravity and friction and inertia. It has to understand geometric and spatial relationships. It has to understand cause and effect. If you drop something, it falls to the ground. If you poke at it, it tips over. It has to understand object permanence. If you roll a ball over the kitchen counter, when it goes off the other side, the ball didn't leave into another quantum universe. That's still there. And so all of these types of understanding is intuitive understanding that we know that most models today have a very hard time with. And so we would like to create a world, we need a world foundation model. Today we're announcing a very big thing. We're announcing Nvidia Cosmos.
This picture just showed up on Twitter.
Foundation model
5070 with 12 gigs, 5070 Ti, and the 5080 with 16, 5090 with 32 gigs.
Let's play it.
The next frontier of AI is physical AI. Model performance is directly related to data availability, but physical world data is costly to capture, curate, and label. Nvidia Cosmos is a world foundation model development platform to advance physical AI. It includes auto-regressive world foundation models, diffusion-based world foundation models, advanced tokenizers, and an Nvidia CUDA, an AI-accelerated data pipeline. Cosmos models ingest text, image, or video prompts and generate virtual world states as videos. Cosmos generations prioritize the unique requirements of AV and robotics use cases, like real-world environments, lighting, and object permanence. developers use Nvidia Omniverse to build physics-based, geospatially accurate scenarios. Then output Omniverse renders into Cosmos, which generates photoreal, physically based synthetic data. Whether diverse objects or environments, conditions like weather or time of day, or edge case scenarios.
Yeah, 16 gigs on the 80 series.
To generate worlds for reinforcement learning AI feedback.
It can't cost that much more to just bump it up to the 24, could it?
Or to test and validate.
I don't know, maybe that's how they kept it at $1,000. But then again, $1,000.
Cosmos can generate tokens in real time, bringing the power of foresight.
Yeah, memory is cheaper. Should be cheaper
AI
than that.
models, generating every possible future to help the model select the right path.
You're 100% right. Yeah, they're not nearly as worried about gaming at this point.
The next wave of physical AI.
Yep. And that's the thing is, like, I really think that Intel,
Nvidia
with
Cosmos.
the really good showing they had with the A series, now this solid showing they're having with this battle mate, if they keep on this track, like, they're gonna have a massive share of gamer cards out there very, very quickly.
Dynamic nature themes, humans walking.
And again, not that Nvidia might care. Whoops. Not that Nvidia might care, but it's just what it's going to be, right?
Fast camera movements. It's really about teaching the AI, not about generating creative content, but teaching the AI to understand the physical world. And from this, with this physical AI, there are many downstream things that we could do as a result. We could do synthetic data generation to train models. We could distill it and turn it into effectively the beginnings of a robotics model. You could have it generate multiple physically based, physically plausible scenarios of the future, basically do a Doctor Strange. You could, because this model understands the physical world, of course, you saw a whole bunch of images generated. This model understanding the physical world, it also
You think that you effed up if you just bought a 4070 Super. I don't think so.
Incredibly well, and that captioning and the video could be used
I don't think so.
to train large language models.
Depends on how much you paid for it, but I don't think so.
Large language models. And so you could use this technology to use this foundation model to train robotics.
Again, we'll see. We'll know for sure once those like benchmarks fully come out, and we can actually see price to performance difference. But no, you still have a great card. Just because these cards are coming out doesn't mean that the 4000 series are getting worse. And I think a lot of people not necessarily think that way, but like you don't like you've still got a great card. It's fantastic. It's a great card. Exactly. Value is relative to your use case, 100%. That's really what it comes down to. Like I said, I still say it all the time. I love the 4060 Ti. I think it's a fantastic graphics card. Not at the price that they're selling it at, but I think it's a fantastic card. And I think it's going to be a card that a lot of people buy here this year.
Very fast models, mainstream models, and also teacher models, basically not knowledge transfer models.
As long as it plays the games that you want it to play at the quality that you want to play them in, then you've got a great card.
The world of robotics and industrial AI, what Llama 3 has done for enterprise AI. The magic happens when you connect.
Yeah, holy buckets! He's really just leaning into this and going crazy with
grounded, not physically grounded, but physics grounded.
Enterprise, business, AI.
Principled physics
he's like
simulation
teaching the class on it.
Simulator. When you connect that to Cosmos,
sorry, it's just a lot of it is just over my head, to be completely honest.
Truth that can control and to condition the Osmos generation. As a result, what comes out of Osmos is grounded on truth. This is exactly the same idea
as connecting a large language model to a RAG, to a retrieval augmented generation system. You want to ground the AI generation on ground truth. And so the combination of the two gives you a physically simulated, a physically grounded multiverse generator. And the application, the use cases are really quite exciting. And of course, for robotics, for industrial applications.
I literally have no idea what he's talking about, but it sounds crazy.
Cosmos plus Omniverse plus Cosmos.
Planning to keep it until it dies. I was just wondering if I would have been more future-proof to wait for the next gen, as the EU price for the equivalent is $100 less. I don't think so. I think you'll be fine because again, one of the biggest things as far as like future-proofing this stuff goes at this point, like this year, last year, this year, next year, I assume is the big conversation is going to be the VRAM. And the 4070 Super has, I'm 99% sure, 12 gigabytes of VRAM,
whatever it is, these computers are at the
which you'll be fine. And again, unless you were gonna spend a ton more for like that 16 gigabyte card, but again, you're at the point. It's funny because a lot of people are like scoffing at 8 gigabytes of VRAM at this point. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that there's a graphics card that still has 8 gigabytes of RAM in it, right? VRAM. But then like there's still just a massive amount of people that are still using like RX 580s. The amount of people on like 1060s is still crazy, right? It all just depends on the games that you're going to play and what you're planning on doing. If you only want to play Fortnite for the next 5 years,
apply all of this,
like you don't have to upgrade your graphics card. If all you want to do is play League of Legends for the next 5 years, you don't need, you could sit on that 1060 and play just fine, right? So it all just depends on what you're doing, but you'll be just fine.
To have automation in the future. And all of it will be infused with robotics.
12 gigabytes of VRAM is going to be perfect. Again, unless you're trying to get to like that 4K gaming or something, that's where you would probably run into problems. Part of the problem with 8 gigabytes of VRAM is the lack of opposite. Yeah, 100%. The proliferation of Unreal Engine 5. 100% agree. It is VRAM heavy, hungry. VRAM hungry for sure.
As all of the other software platforms and all the technology platforms that we have through the developers and ecosystem partners, and we have just a growing number of ecosystem partners.
I'm convinced hardware manufacturers pay devs to not optimize. I mean, for real, it's very, very real. Could be happening. Man, these because that's the thing, like the amount of people, literally my brother, I was talking to him over the holidays when I was back at home. He still has a 1060 in his computer, and he's like, yeah, I was thinking about upgrading at some point, but like I don't know, I haven't really had any problems. Like, then don't worry about upgrading. You're fine. But also, man, you should probably upgrade. It all depends on what you want to play. If you're looking for VRAM, I would have probably gone with the new Radeons. Yeah, 100%. If you are just gaming, the AMD cards are, I mean, dollar for dollar, just better values for the power that you're getting. But as oncoming games aren't optimized, I would prefer reliability over quantity. I don't know. I mean, it really depends because some games are optimized for AMD, some are optimized for Nvidia. But for the most part, especially it depends on the higher up in the tiers that you go, the higher end GPU that you go, the less problems you're gonna have, right? The more raw power you have, the less problems you're going to have. Which is where I think AMD actually wins that kind of thing, right? They just have more raw power, so the optimization just matters less, I feel.
planning their next motion and acting. The robot
Welcome
brains
to the
can see the
Omniverse.
resulting state through sensor simulations.
Nvidia did a
and
pretty good
decide
job
their
with
next
DLSS.
action.
Saves the
loop
VRAM quite a bit.
continues, while
Yeah,
Mega
honestly,
precisely tracks the
I
state of everything
know that there's a
in
lot of people that like
Now,
really
Keon can
frown
simulate
upon the
infinite scenarios at
frame
scale,
generation stuff,
while
the
measuring
DLSS, all that kind of
operational
stuff,
KPIs,
but
such as
man, the
throughput,
handful of times that I've used
and
it,
utilization, all
it's
before
been
deploying
really
changes
cool.
to the
It's been
physical
really
warehouse.
nice. Gets you lots of
Together with
frames.
Nvidia,
So,
Keon and
I don't know. I think there's a lot of
are
people that are just
reinventing industrial
mad on the
autonomy.
principle. They're not real frames. They're not that it's not actually happening.
incredible. Everything is
I mean,
in
if it makes my
simulation.
game look better, like
In the
why would I not
future-
want that, right?
In the future,
Sure, I
every
don't want to
factory
be
will have a digital
I don't
want
want only
And that
that. I
digital
don't want
twin
that
operates
to
exactly
take
like a
the
real
place
factory.
of power,
And
but
in fact, you could use Omniverse with Cosmos to generate a
pretty cool.
whole bunch of future scenarios, and you pick. Then an AI decides which one of the scenarios are the most optimal for whatever KPIs, and that becomes the programming constraints, the program, if you will, the AIs that will be deployed into the real factories. The next example, autonomous vehicles. The AV revolution has arrived.
this is honestly
After
what
so
I'm
many
waiting for.
years With Waymo's
I started
and
saying
Tesla's
this like
success, it is very, very clear
10,
autonomous vehicles
12
has
years ago.
finally arrived.
This is
Well,
going
our
to be one of the
offering to this
biggest,
industry
I
is the
think,
three computers, the training systems, the training
I think
AIs,
one of the
simulation
absolute
systems,
biggest
and the synthetic data
innovations
generation
probably
systems,
in our
Omniverse, and
lifetime
now
is going to be
Cosmos,
self-driving
and also
vehicles.
The computer that's inside the car.
It's going to be
Each car
be
might-
insane once
might
that
work with us
finally
in a
happens.
different
It's
way.
going to be
It's one
a
or two
pain
or
getting
three
there, but
computers.
man, I'm looking
We're working
forward
with
to it.
Just about every major
You're running
car company
DLSS
around the
quality
world.
mode at
Waymo
1080p, you
and
can't really
Zoox,
notice a difference
Tesla, of course, in the
without
data
pixel
center,
peeping.
BYD,
Yeah.
the
I-
largest, EV
Yeah,
company in
I'm
the
definitely
world,
not
JLR,
pixel
has got a
peeping
really
while I'm
cool
gaming.
car
I
company,
am
Mercedes.
I'm having fun.
Fleet of cars coming with Nvidia starting this year going to production. And I'm super, super pleased to announce that today, Toyota and Nvidia are going to partner together to create their next generation AVs.
Wow. Okay. All right. I'm down with that. Toyota and Nvidia. All right.
Just so many cool companies.
You often see many of your friends
and Xiaomi
really
and,
upset
of course,
about DLSS and
Volvo,
frame
just
generation as
so
they
many
prefer
different
native
companies.
higher resolutions.
Lobby
But as
is,
far as I'm
building,
concerned,
self-driving
1080p is
trucks.
just fine.
Aurora, we announced this
Honestly,
week also that Aurora is
the
gonna be
higher
self-driving
resolutions,
trucks.
I haven't cared as much in games.
100 million cars built
But when
each
I got a
year,
1440p monitor, my workflow changed. The way that I arrange windows on the screen, the way that I do my work is completely different. Gaming, I could probably be fine just at 1080p. I love 1440p for the extra screen real estate. Is super nice. You finally have a reason for a portable console. I don't even know why I have a Steam Deck if I'm either at work or at home. Oh man, yeah. I love my handheld at this point. We talked a lot about that earlier on in the stream. That's interesting. Toyota is not a proponent of plug-in EVs. Their hybrid tech is second to none, though. I mean, I don't know if he's talking about specifically helping with EV stuff. He's talking about AI stuff, self-driving stuff.
This is a robotics computer.
You can have a self-driving gas-powered car, hybrid car.
Umpteen cameras, high resolution, radars, lidars, they're all coming into this chip. And this chip has to process all that sensor, turn them into tokens, put them into a transformer.
Turn them into those tokens, man.
The next path.
That's how you make money.
This AV computer is now in full production.
Sorry.
Thor is
my earbuds are dying. I gotta switch them out and charge them.
Our last generation Orin, which is really the standard.
I gotta let them generate their tokens for a second.
This is just really quite incredible. Thor is in full production. This robotics processor, by the way, also goes into a full robot.
To build their new EVs. He probably did. And honestly, I mean, they
human or robot
probably would. I bet like the first concept that comes out is probably going to be an EV, right?
Is a universal robotics computer. The second
I think
part
my eyes would be more relieved by higher frame rate than a
system that
better
I'm
image
incredibly
quality.
proud of
Anyway,
is
I'm
the
playing
dedication to
on
safety.
3 24-inch
Driverless.
monitors, so I wasn't
to announce
going
is
on
now
full
the
HD
first
anyways.
software-defined.
Yeah, I mean,
programmable
frame rate
AI
definitely
computer that has been
is
certified
helpful.
up
I
to
would think, yeah, most
ASUS
people would
which
enjoy
is the
more
highest
the upgrade from
standard
1080p
of
60
functional
to like
safety
1080p
for
120 versus the
only and the
upgrade to like
highest. So
1440p
I'm really,
60.
really proud of this.
I think that
ASIL-D,
makes
ISO 26262.
makes a big difference
It
for a
is,
lot of people.
the work of some 15,000 engineering years. This is just extraordinary work. And as a result of that, CUDA is now a
Wow,
functional,
Nvidia
safe
Drive
computer.
OS.
And so if you're building a robot, Nvidia CUDA, yeah. Okay, so now I told you I was going to show you what would we use Omniverse and Cosmos to do in the context of self-driving cars. And today, instead of showing you a whole bunch of videos of cars driving on the road, I'll show you some of that too. But I want to show you how we use the car to reconstruct digital twins automatically using AI and use that capability to train future AI models. Okay, let's play it.
The autonomous vehicle revolution is here. Building autonomous vehicles, like all robots, requires 3 computers: Nvidia DGX to train AI models, Omniverse to test drive and generate synthetic data, and Drive AGX, a supercomputer in the car. Building safe autonomous vehicles means addressing edge scenarios, but real-world data is limited, so synthetic data is essential for training. The autonomous vehicle data factory,
real-life data
powered by
is
NVIDIA
not
Omniverse, AI models, and Cosmos,
there's not enough real
generates
data of people
synthetic
driving
scenarios
cars.
that enhance training data by orders of magnitude. First, OmniMap fuses map and geospatial data to construct drivable 3D environments. Driving scenario variations can be generated from replayed drive logs or AI traffic generators.
Interesting.
Next, a neural reconstruction engine uses autonomous vehicle sensor logs to create high-fidelity 4D simulation environments. It replays previous drives in 3D and generates scenario variations to amplify training data.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Edify 3DS automatically searches through
It's just
existing asset libraries.
Just a generated
Generates new assets to create
new scenario every time. I mean, that's pretty cool.
The Omniverse scenarios are used to condition Cosmos
Randomly generated
to generate massive
reality.
amounts of photorealistic data, reducing the sim-to-real gap. And with text prompts, generate near infinite variations of the driving scenario. With Cosmos Nemotron Video Search, the massively scaled synthetic dataset, combined with recorded drives, can be curated to train models. NVIDIA's AI Data Factory scales hundreds of drives into billions of effective miles, setting the standard
Billions of
for
effective
safe
miles.
and advanced autonomous driving.
It's so cool, but I don't trust it. I know, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's gonna take a really, really, really long time before the majority of the public trusts
thousands of
it.
drives and turn them into billions of miles. We are going to have mountains of training data for autonomous vehicles. Of course, we still need actual cars on the road. Of course, we will continuously collect data for as long as we shall live. However, synthetic
For as
data
long as we shall live.
using
He said that a couple times now, and that's just such an interesting,
so that we generate
such an interesting phrase to use as the CEO of a tech company at his keynote.
So that we could have an enormous amount of data.
For as long as we shall
the
live.
AV industry is here.
All right, cool, bro.
This is an incredibly exciting time. Super excited about the next several years. I think you're going to see, just as computer graphics was revolutionized such incredible pace, you're going to see the pace of AV development increasing tremendously over the next several years. I think the next part is robotics. So,
Jeez, he's really just using up all of his time. It's either going to take much time before the majority of the public trusts it, or it's going to cause several accidents. Yeah. Yep, 100%.
The ChatGPT moment for general robotics is just around the corner. And in fact, all of the enabling
The
technologies
ChatGPT moment for general robotics.
going to make it possible for us
Interesting.
in the next several years to see very rapid breakthroughs, surprising breakthroughs in general robotics. Now, the reason why general robotics is so important is whereas robots with tracks and wheels require special environments to accommodate them, there are three robots in the world that we can make that require no green fields. Brownfield adaptation is perfect. If we could possibly build these amazing robots, we could deploy them in exactly the world that we've built for ourselves. These three robots are, one, agentic robots, and agentic AI, because they're information workers. So long as they could accommodate the computers that we have in our offices, it's going to be great. Number two, self-driving cars. And the reason for that is we spent 100+ years building roads and cities. And then number three, human or robots. If we have the technology to solve these three, this will be the largest technology industry the world's ever seen. And so we think that the robotics era is just around the corner. The critical capability.
Yeah, but how much is something like that going to cost?
In the case of human or robots,
how do you get that to
a
cost that's going to make sense?
And the reason for that is, in the case of car, you just drive it. We're driving cars all the time. In the case of these human or robots, the imitation information, the human demonstration is rather laborious to do. And so we need to come up with a clever way to take hundreds of demonstrations, thousands of human demonstrations, and somehow use artificial intelligence and omniverse to synthetically generate millions of synthetically generated motions. And from those motions, the AI can learn how to perform a task. Let me show you how that's done.
This series introduces
robotics is arriving, powered by Nvidia Isaac Group.
We're going to have mountains of data to train robots with. Nvidia
Why don't
Isaac
they just
Group.
put AI robots as the
Nvidia
car
Isaac
drivers?
Group. This is our platform to provide technology elements to the robotics industry.
I don't think the
to
AI
accelerate the
robots
development
are
of general
that
robotics.
smart, though.
And,
that's the problem.
Well, I have one more thing that I want to show you. None of this would be possible if not for this incredible project that we started about a decade ago. Inside the company was called Project Digits, Deep Learning GPU Intelligence Training System. Digits. Wow. Well, before we launched it, I shrunk it to DGX and to harmonize it with RTX, AGX, OVX, and all of the other X's that we have in the company. And it really revolutionized, DGX1 really revolutionized, where's DGX1? DGX1 revolutionized artificial intelligence. The reason why we built it was because we wanted to make it possible for researchers and startups to have an out-of-the-box AI supercomputer. Imagine the way supercomputers were built in the past. You really have to build your own facility, and you have to go build your own infrastructure and really engineer it into existence. And so we created a supercomputer for AI development for researchers and startups that comes literally one out of the box. I delivered the first one to a startup company in 2016 called OpenAI, and Elon was there, and Ilya Sutskever was there, and many of NVIDIA engineers were there, and we celebrated the arrival of DGX1, and obviously it revolutionized artificial intelligence and computing. But now artificial intelligence is everywhere. It's not just in researchers and startup labs. You know, we want artificial intelligence, as I mentioned in the beginning of our talk. This is now the new way of doing computing. This is the new way of doing software. Every software engineer, every creative artist, everybody who uses computers today as a tool will need an AI supercomputer. And so I just wish that DGX1 was
I don't know about that.
And, you know, you know, imagine, ladies and gentlemen,
that was pretty cool. Still watching. Appreciate you, Blind Tech. Appreciate you being here.
This is NVIDIA's latest AI supercomputer.
Wow. All right.
And it's finally called Project Digits right now. And if you have a good name for it, reach out to us. Here's the amazing thing. This is an AI
Doing
supercomputer.
some 3D printing stuff for your dad's car audio
NVIDIA
project.
AI stack.
Nice. Well, have fun.
All of NVIDIA
Appreciate you
software runs
lurking
on this.
either way.
DGX Cloud runs on
OMG,
this.
5 a.m. here. Oh no.
This sits
Good morning.
somewhere, and it's wireless or connected to your computer.
Good morning.
It's even a workstation if you like it to be, and you could access it. You could reach it like a cloud supercomputer, and NVIDIA's AI works on it. And it's based on a super secret chip that we've been working on called GB110, the smallest Grace Blackwell that we make. And I have, well, you know what? Let's show everybody inside.
Jeez.
It's just so cute. And this is the chip that's inside.
It's so cute.
It is in production. This top secret chip we did in collaboration. The CPU, the Gray CPU, is built for NVIDIA in collaboration with MediaTek. They're the world's leading SoC company, and they worked with us to build this CPU SoC, and connect it with chip-to-chip NVLink to the Blackwell GPU. And this little thing here is in full production. We're expecting this computer to be available around May timeframe. And so it's coming at you. It's just incredible what we could do. And it's just,
wow,
I think
cool.
I was trying to figure out, do I need more hands or more pockets? All right, so imagine this is what it looks like. You know, who doesn't want one of those? And if you use PC, Mac, you know, anything. Because you know, it's a cloud platform. It's a cloud computing platform that sits on your desk. You could also use it as a Linux workstation if you like. If you would like to have double digit.
That's really cool.
This is what it looks like.
Really tiny, yes.
And you connect it together.
Interesting.
With ConnectX, and it has nickel, GPU Direct, all of that out of the box. It's like a supercomputer. Our entire supercomputing stack is available. And so, NVIDIA Project Digits.
That's really interesting.
Okay.
The robot army is back.
Let me tell you what I told you. I told you that we are in production with 3 new Blackwells. Not only is the Grace Blackwell supercomputers, NVLink 72s, in production all over the world, we now have 3 new Blackwell systems in production. One amazing AI foundational world foundation model, the world's first physical AI foundation model. It's open, available to activate the world's industries of robotics and such, and three robots working on agentic AI, humanoid robots, and self-driving cars. It's been an incredible year. I want to thank all of you for your partnership. Thank all of you for coming. I made you a short video to reflect on last year and look forward to the next year. Play, please.
Short video to reflect. Oh no, I'm not even using hours anymore. Oh my gosh. Now we need to occupy Mars. Wait, but is Mars going to be the home base of all the AI and all the robots? Is going to be built with the foundation of that? Or is Mars going to be the holdout rebellion space? There's no AI, no robots allowed on Mars. Because I think you've got people that are interested in both. That's a really interesting way to do that. I like that. Oh. Robot Wars. That's pretty cool. I would pay for a car in my office here. That's pretty cool. Look at all those cute little avatars. Oh, not Token there. That's... Oh, they named him Tokyo. I don't know what... I'm done. I don't need any tokens. You guys can all have my tokens. I'm giving them away. We're doing a giveaway for all my AI tokens right now. Next stream. Just kidding. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you come back for the next stream.
Everybody.
I'm giving away all my AI tokens.
Happy New Year.
I think we'll soon need to build a giant Death Star orbiting around the sun, escape the Earth, save humanity from robots, and occupy Mars, then use the Death Star to destroy the Earth. That is possible. I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, All right. Wow, that was interesting. Thoughts? Anybody have any anything they want to say about the Nvidia keynote? That was a lot. I wanted to actually draw everybody's attention to some of these. If you did not see them when I was showing them earlier, oh my gosh, that might be the best I get to. There was this little charty chart. Again, this is obviously not Nvidia released. This is from the videocards.com Twitter. But some interesting things to note. And this was $549 for the 5070. I'm pretty sure it was $749 for the 5070 Ti. $1,000 for the 5080 and $2,000 for the 5090. All right, you're gonna head to bed once your stream ends because your mind is full of the word AI. Well, hey, I appreciate you being here. You don't have to wait up on me. We are most likely going to end here shortly. But although I did just open up the ASUS keynote, they're going right now. I've been watching that on the other screen. I don't know if anybody is interested in that, but these are interesting. The interesting thing about this is nothing here is even close to Intel. I really think that Intel is just going to take over the budget space. It's going to be really interesting. We're going to see a bunch of people with old GPUs and Intel GPUs. Europe, the 5070's 659. The 5070 Ti, I think, is 800, 1200, and 2300. Oh, man. Whew. I guess you'll just have to fly over here, pick one up, and bring it back with you. Probably be cheaper that way. Oh, man. Yeah, that is those are some interesting cards though. I'm really excited to see the actual benchmarks because again, none of this makes any difference until we see what those actual benchmarks look like, until we see what actual performance looks like. When will they be available? They did not say that. I have no idea if anything has been leaked or anything like that, but they did not say. This year, probably. I don't know. I assume. I'm not sure. Let's see. This one, okay, it looks like they're coming this month. Micro Center just tweeted, you heard it here first. The Nvidia RTX 5090 and 5080 are coming on January 30th. You can game on either on day one just by picking one up at the your local Micro Center. Still be this month. Yep. February for the 5070. Thank you, Sherwin Scott. That is, this is the only one I've found so far. Yeah, so this month, absolutely. Big dubs, I appreciate you being here. It's been awesome. This was really fun. I've not done a stream like this before. Really just like following along with the keynotes here. So this was fun. Hope you guys all had fun. This is definitely something that I'd like to do more often of, but we just have to wait for those kinds of things to come about, I guess, right? Otherwise, we've got the ASUS ROG keynote is happening right now. I've had it on the other monitor here. As I've been glancing over, it's been mostly just talking about they talked about the new desktops. They talked just a little bit already about the like mobile plug-in GPUs that they have, and it looks like they are officially onto laptops at this point. It was a good time. I had fun chilling. I appreciate you being here. Casey is gonna be waiting for reviews, then try to decide if I want a new GPU or not. Yeah, I think the other thing about these Nvidia GPUs especially is going to be is just going to be, are we going to be able to get them, right? Yeah, they come out January 30th. Are you going to be the one standing in line to get one? Are you going to be able to get one somehow? Otherwise, it's it's going to be a lot more expensive than those prices, right? So we'll have to see. Also, I think I'm more interested at this exact moment at what this is going to do for the 4000 series cards, because if we could see some of these drop down, if we could see a 4070 Super, a 4070 Ti Super, a 4080 drop to a reasonable price, those are going to be some really solid cards this year. So I think that's pretty cool. Doesn't DLSS generating more frames cause higher input lag? When you press a button on a generated frame, it's not real, so what's on screen is out of sync. That's a good question. I do not know nearly enough about it to know for sure. I remember them talking about it in the Intel keynote when they announced the Battle Mage cards, and they had a technology that was apparently making it faster, making it have less input lag somehow. I don't know how that works. I have never heard in all the like videos I've watched, all the like looking that I've done on DLSS, I've never heard anybody complaining about it too much where that was like the reason. Most people, I always just hear people complaining about, well, they're not real frames. They're AI generated frames, this and that. I'm like, all right, but if it looks better, I'm not well versed enough on if it's out of sync or not, unfortunately. No lines either. Oh yeah, for the 4000 series cards, yeah, they're gonna be watch your local Facebook Marketplace. Watch your local Facebook Marketplace because they're gonna be going crazy. Honestly, I really think there's going to be a lot of 30 series cards that are also going to be hitting the marketplace. Not there's going to be that group of people that upgrade every year. There's also going to be that group of people that upgrade every other year. And not going to lie, the 30 series cards are still pretty darn solid. Again, I've got my 3080 Ti. I'm not planning on upgrading at this moment. Even if I could get one of these new cards, if I could get a 4070 or a 5070 for, $550, I don't know. I'm okay right now. I think I'm okay. Use FrameGen on 2 games. One was okay. The other you could feel the lag. All right. I wonder, again, I'm sure that comes down to the optimizations that the company has done, that Nvidia has done, all that kind of stuff, right? Looks like Gigabyte has the cards on their site already. Wow. You think it's because DLSS 3 generates 1 frame, but the new DLSS 4 is going to generate 4 frames? That might be an issue. Definitely something to keep in mind, and hopefully it's going to be one of those things that that's gonna come out in benchmarks and stuff, right? Hey, Tony found the like button and he pressed it. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. If anybody else is interested in finding that like button and hitting it, feel free. The like button, the subscribe button, any of those, it's all fine with me. I was just looking here at Gigabyte's website. They do have some. It's interesting. They don't have the 5000 series listed in their filter down, but under hot products. So I don't know if they just didn't mean to publish these yet, but like people were finding them in their databases or something. But yeah, they've got some 50 series cards listed already. Oh, the Aorus 5090 water extreme water force looks nice. Yeah, I mean, this is that's pretty crazy. I wonder how much that's gonna be. When I hit buy, it tells me to go find my country, US, and then it sends me here. Consumer graphics card. Find my location or store name. Let's go Micro Center. Wait. Oh, it's just gonna send me to there, and Micro Center doesn't have it. Or do they? No. So they've got them listed, but they're not actually like. I mean, it's how many of the what kind of specs do they have listed on here? They don't. They don't have the specs page. Specs page is not working. Oh, there it is. There it is. 32 gigs of DDR7, GDDR7 RAM. There's the specs. All right, let's check out. Did they have the... Whoops, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to see the 5070s. All right, so here's a 5070 Ti and a 5070. Yeah, they have the other ones. All right. Oh, core clock to be determined. To be determined. GDDR7 for the 5070. So they are all using GDDR7. Card size, they don't have yet either. They don't have the core clocks or the CUDA cores for those. This is the 5070 Ti right now. 16 gigabytes of GDDR7 RAM. Very cool. That is this is going to be a good card too, I think. Again, 749 is going to be interesting. It's all going to come down to the power. It's all going to come down to what they actually can do. Because if it's just similar power as the 4000 series, you just get DLSS 4. That's gonna be a lot harder to recommend people, you know. But man, if they're more powerful, they actually have more raw power. 16K cores on the 4090 and 10K on the 5080. Man, they said that the 5070 was gonna have 4090 performance. Was gonna have 4090 equivalent performance. This is why we wait for benchmarks. This is why we wait for the benchmarks. All right, let's see what ASUS is talking about. Still talking about some laptops. Not gonna lie, I have a ROG Zephyrus G14 laptop that my wife uses for the most part. It's the 2022 model. Fantastic. It's an amazing card. Amazing laptop. Introducing the future of computing. All right. He's saying something that I feel like we should pay attention to.
Dynamic power shifting, high bandwidth harmony, no compromises, just pure, unadulterated performance, transforming the legacy of bulk into the future of agility. This
Far
isn't
Cry
just
6
an
and
upgrade,
Plague Tale
it's a
Requiem
revolution.
benchmarks are closest to a true
This
comparison
is the new ROG
because they're
Pro
using the
Z13,
DLSS
the world's
4X
most
mode.
powerful gaming tablets.
They have a
Embodying the
50
spirit
series
of
section.
formless. The
Who
shapers,
does?
This device
Oh, they do have in
exemplifies
for
ultimate versatility,
Gigabyte. I didn't see
effortlessly
it.
adapting to your needs
couldn't find
and
it.
flowing seamlessly
Or at least
from
in the
one
spot that has
task
that.
to another.
That's been the last few gens. New
The
40,
ROG
70
Pro
is the
series
last gen top
captures
end.
the essence of infinite space, pushing the limits
But it's
of
been in ray
imagination
tracing
in
only.
search of the unknown. We built an entirely new chassis for it, with a larger window into the heart of the machine, so you can admire the beauty of the internals. But today, we are going to take a full look inside. The journey begins with reinventing the traditional laptop paradigm. On most gaming laptops, you will find separate
You know,
CPU
I mean,
and GPU,
Nvidia can have
which
all the
offers
benchmarks
excellent
that they want on their
performance, but
website.
requires lots of power
Unfortunately,
running independently to two separate processors.
I mean,
we
that's
worked closely with
that's,
AMD to develop a brand new ultra-powerful chiplet-based processor.
that's
Ryzen
their
AI Max.
benchmarks.
In the new Flow Z13, Ryzen AI Max combines desktop-class CPU and RDNA 3.5 GPU and a dedicated NPU. This makes massive power and incredible efficiency possible at the same time. With quad-channel unified memory, the system adapts to the task at hand. The ultra-high-speed 8000 MHz RAM
It all
is
comes down to how good
dynamically shared
DLSS
between
4
the
is.
CPU and GPU,
I think that's
which
where it's going to
lowers
be,
latency and
you know,
ensures no memory
in
is
the
sitting
long run.
unused. Doing something more for
I think
CPU
the
heavy,
general
give more RAM to
majority
the
of
system.
gamers
Playing a demanding
are
game,
really
dedicated
going
more of
to
that RAM
enjoy
to video and enjoy the benefit of its 256
are really
gig
going
bus.
to
Even
enjoy
if you wanted to go
DLSS
crazy,
frame
allocate
generation. It
96
makes
gigabytes
sense,
of
right?
RAM to the GPU for training AI models.
Holy
Go
crap,
nuts.
96
You have the freedom
gigabytes?
to allocate memory based on your
128 gigabytes
Our
total.
engineering team dedicated significant effort
Wow.
to refine this
What is
new
this gonna
design.
cost?
The layout is now exceptionally compact, featuring a 14-layer PCB. This multi-layer approach allows us to
I'll have to look
incorporate more
at
components,
pull up Nvidia's
such as
website here.
resistors, capacitors, and integrated circuits into limited space. We accomplish all this while upgrading the voltage regulator module to 14 phases, allowing for more precise control of the power supply. With enhanced power management, the system can utilize energy more efficiently, optimizing performance without compromising on power consumption. In doing all of this, we had to reorganize the entire motherboard layout, shrinking it by 15.5%.
They don't
so we could make more room
actually
inside the
have
device.
numbers
That
with
extra
these
space allows
metrics,
us to
though.
improve thermal solution.
If you're talking
With two
about
larger
these, the
outdoor
graphs that they
fans,
were showing
plus
during the
even
keynote,
bigger battery,
they don't
so
have any
Z13 can keep
numbers on
going
like
all day
actual
long.
FPS
We
or anything. It's all just
meticulously designed the thermal
performance.
solution
It's all
to
just
unleash such incredible
it's
performance.
1.5
First,
times
we increased
better.
the air intake to allow more airflow, and
Whoops.
added extra airflow
Not that one, we
channel
want that
to
one.
the fan casing. So not only do we have more
Boost clock is
airflow to
also
the back
on
side
it-
of the PCB,
on Nvidia's
but
site.
also on the front, which allows us to lower the temperature of touch screen. Lower surface temperature means it's more comfortable to use your
Looks
fingers,
like the new GPUs
even
all
during
have about
high-performance
30%
tasks,
more
to
raw
move
performance.
heat effectively through the machine.
I mean,
We redesigned the
that's
shape of vapor chamber,
solid.
covering the most membrane area for more contact with heat
Oh, yeah,
generating
here you go.
components. We use stainless steel on the vapor chamber to effectively reduce the weight of such versatile tablets, making it easier to carry anywhere. Combined with ultra-thin 0.1mm heat fins, which increased surface area by 27%, we were able to massively increase the cooling potential of these compact tablets. Now, let's dive into performance data. As you can see, the Flow Z13 delivers significant improvements, making it ideal for demanding applications and workloads. And in games, the Flow Z13 consistently delivers high-performance FPS.
You need to wait for the
ensuring
DLSS
smooth and immersive gameplay.
off performance.
Content creators using Unreal Engine 5 will experience a big
so here's
boost
some
in
interesting
productivity with the Flow Z
graphs. This is the
saving
4090.
almost half the time on code compilation.
Pretty cool. You can see,
But that's not
see it
all
all
you can
compared.
do. AMD
Again, it doesn't
has
have
optimized its Radeon graphics for direct
the amount of cores, doesn't
and
have
with
the
so much
clock
VRAM
speeds,
at
doesn't
your
have
disposal, you can run tools like a
lot
Muse
of
to create AI
important
art
things.
with extremely fast generation times. Our favorite
Whoops.
virtual AI assistant can run faster
Whoops,
on
I'm
this
just gonna
machine,
leave the one tab over
locally
there.
without connecting
Sorry.
to the cloud. Costs no subscription to run, private and secure as your designated AI companion, allowing you to have quick conversations and get on with the task. Just look at how much faster the Z13 handles an 8-bit language model. With a powerful GPU
and massive system memory, the Flow Z13 delivers twice the response speed and is undoubtedly the best system for running large language models locally. In fact, with a memory configuration of up to 128 GB, you can even run a 70 billion model locally, something no other system can.
Oh yeah, until the
new
kidney
Ultra
jokes
Flow
become
Z13
real,
has more ports
100%.
than any tablets, including
Yeah,
our new
yeah,
200
yeah.
watt
If you want a
charging ports,
5090,
as well as 2 USB Type-C ports,
you better be
capable
ready.
of charging at 100 watts, plus a full-size HDMI port, making it the only tablet that lets you truly leave your dongle behind. And your window into this new world is the ROG Nebula display, with an ultra-sharp 2.5K resolution.
Yes,
500
looks
nits
like
of brightness,
5080 and
so you can use
5070,
it anywhere.
5070
And the
Ti
180 hertz
both have
refresh
16 gigs
Corning
of
Gorilla
VRAM.
Glass 5
The
protects the touch panel from
5070
cracks,
has
so you can feel
12.
safe taking it anywhere. And all that's on top of the other quality life improvements.
5070 has
From
12.
larger keycaps on the
5070
keyboard
Ti and
to
the
a larger
5080
touchpads
both have,
to a
both have 16.
5-megapixel infrared camera for instant locking. A new command center button that brings up a new menu for quick access to useful settings. The ROG Flow Z13 is the world's first gaming tablet designed to master all workloads across
We
CPU,
don't need the numbers, just
GPU,
compare the size of the
and
bars.
NPU.
Yeah, and
It's a
honestly,
groundbreaking device featuring up to
I get it. Like I can see the
128
ratios
gigabytes
and
of
how much
memory.
bigger it
A
is.
stunning ROG
But to be
Nebula
fair,
2.5K display with a
I
blazing
will
180 hertz refresh
hold
rates
my judgment
and an
until
extensive
we
array
get some
of
third
outputs,
parties,
so you
third
can
parties
leave
to
your dongle
actually
behind.
benchmark
Fast
and
Wi-Fi
review
7
this stuff.
connectivity,
Because
high-res camera, and a robust
we know that
70-watt
Nvidia
battery.
is not going to
It's a
post
marvel
something
of
that doesn't
engineering,
look good
a masterpiece
for their
that
cards.
redefines
So I would
portable
just,
computing.
I'm
The
excited
new
to see
Flow
the
Z13
third party
will be available in
benchmarking.
February,
That's what I'm
with
trying to
all
say.
other ROG laptops releasing in March. With this year's lineup, we're taking innovation to the next level, from cutting-edge hardware to sleek, user-friendly designs. Every ROG products have been designed to empower gamers and creators alike.
VRAM is actually going
But
to surpass
ROG
RAM?
is
Oh,
more than just
100%.
products. It's a community.
I think
a place where gamers,
what
creators, and
ASUS is
enthusiasts
literally
come
talking about
together
here in
to
their
share their
keynote,
passions and push
they're talking
boundaries.
about this
We are
this
proud to
tablet
support you with
has
the tool
up
to
to
achieve
128
victory,
gigabytes
creativity,
of
and everything in
RAM,
between.
and it's
We are excited to see how
addressable
you will
to
take advantage
VRAM
of the new
or
lineup of
system RAM.
features.
So you
Thank
can
you
literally
for being
go
part of
put
the
that
ROG
slider
family
anywhere in
that
between.
make this
You want
year the
64
best
gigabytes of
together.
VRAM along with 64 gigabytes
Thank you,
of
Sean.
system RAM. You can do that.
To the networking
You want
section.
100 gigabytes of VRAM and 20 gigs of system RAM. You can do that.
Networking
I think that's pretty cool.
Of the ROG GTBE 19000 AI tri-band.
It's still using
Wi-Fi 7
DLSS,
AI
so it's
gaming
not raw
router.
rasterization performance. Yeah, I think there's going to be stuff like that too, right?
Starting with the next-gen ASUS WRT user interface and management suite. This router brings 4 AI enhancements and innovations. Next-gen game acceleration, AI power saving, network scanner, advanced security and privacy. The GTBE 19000 AI is powered by a tri-core architecture consisting
look,
of
AI.
a CPU, a
Cool.
neural processing unit, and a microcontroller unit. This powerful combination enables users to harness AI acceleration for everyday network tasks. To support the powerful AI architecture, the GTBE 19000 AI features 4 GB of DDR4 RAM and 32 GB of eMMC flash memory. Let's explore how AI processors in the GTBE 19000 AI enhance your daily connected
Compare
life.
specs.
First, the tri-core
Look at
design
you. Look at this. Here's all the Here's those specs that we were looking for. CUDA cores. 5090's got 21,760. 5080 is sitting at 10,752. Base clock at 2.01, 2.3. Huh. All right. Interesting. All right. Sorry. Back to your regularly scheduled ASUS
of service mechanism
alien
that allows users
router.
to dynamically adjust the priorities of different
Here
activities.
is the link
For
to
instance,
that if
you can
anybody else wants to
prioritize
see
your game
that.
packets at 80%
$1,000
and
for a
20%
sorry amount of VRAM is
activity.
crazy.
These AI enhancements
Yeah,
improve
it's.
team by
I don't
up to
think the
34%
5080 is
and
going to
support
be
up to
ideal
3,000 game
this year
titles, helping to give you a competitive advantage
with
and
16
uninterrupted
gigs of
gaming
VRAM.
experience.
Again, especially right
The
now for
GTB
$1,000,
90,000 AI
especially when you look at AMD
boasts
cards.
advertisement and tracker
Like,
blockers, blocking all
I don't know why you
advertisement
wouldn't
on
get a
websites
4080
and
at that
stop trackers
point.
from collecting your personal
Again, or
data.
4070
The
Ti
built-in
Super.
NPU can
4070
further
Ti
secure
Super,
your
I think that's
data
going to be the
remain
card to
local and more secure.
beat this
The
year.
GTB 19000 AI also enhances Wi-Fi stability by intelligently detecting interference and providing valuable network insights. You can easily check the connection status of each connected device and get notified of interference in your Wi-Fi environment caused by sources such as microwaves or Bluetooth. With these features, the
Get notified of
ROG
interference from your
90,000
microwave.
AI
So yeah, if you just want to get rid of your
exceptional
microwave,
enhancements
so you have better
related to
Wi-Fi, now
gaming,
it'll tell you.
security,
You should do that or
Wi-Fi
not.
stability,
What are you going
and
to do about
energy
that?
saving. Moreover, it empowers you with cutting-edge
Oh, I have a
gaming
feeling
network
AI is going to
features
get
like
worse before
Wi-Fi
it gets
7,
better at this
which
point.
offers speeds of up to 19,000 megabits per second.
CUDA cores are different.
superior
Oh yeah, yeah, for
120
sure.
megahertz channel bandwidth, a dedicated
Cores are
10 gigabit gaming
redesigned
port,
to deliver more
and the
performance.
latest Gas Network Pro technology.
Exactly. And I'm
Thank you for joining us today.
super excited
as we
to see
unlock the
some
future
real
of
world
gaming innovation. Remember,
performance.
this is only the beginning. See you next time.
See you next time. Are you suggesting a 4080 over a 5080? I mean, I think for the majority, okay, ASUS is done here. I think.
Hello, everyone, and welcome
Oh,
to RG
geez,
Pulse, your
they're
inside
not
look at
done.
what's happening behind the scenes here at the Republic of Gamers. This is.
I think for the majority of people, they don't need that kind of card, right? Like most people right now, most people don't need a 4080. In the coming weeks and months, most gamers, most people are not going to need a 5080. The highest card I've ever recommended to somebody like this whole year has been the 4070 Ti Super. I don't think I talked to anybody that got a 4080 or a 4090. Like I know a handful of people that have them, right? But like most people don't need them. Most of the time it's either I just wanted it to have it, and they're still just playing Fortnite and Minesweeper, right? Or you're using it for professional business uses. Your company paid for your 4090 so that you could render the 3D whatever at the highest speeds. Most gamers I don't think need a 4080 or a 5080. So honestly, there's a really good chance that for at least a handful of months here, if you're able to get them, I think the 4080 is going to be a better choice for a lot of people. Same amount of VRAM. Again, it'll be interesting to see what the actual performance changes look like. I don't want to get off of this page. Where did it be? It wasn't this. Was it here? Yeah. You know, I mean, if it's legitimately like this, like double, you know, the performance in some of these things, maybe that's going to be worth it for people, right? If you're going to get double the amount of frames, double the amount of power, that might be worth upgrading, right? It depends on what the price difference is going to look like. It depends on what the actual you know, performance in game is actually going to look like. If this is legitimate and people are seeing, you know, 100 frames or 200 frames per second difference in Black Myth Wukong, like that could be a very real reason to get a 5080. What performance game will Blackwell could have if it's the same clock speed? I do not know. I'm not that smart. Oh no, you have the COVID. Preparing for a Snowmageddon on Friday. Everyone stay safe. But we already got the Snowmageddon here. I shoveled a good 12 inches of snow today. The whole driveway. It was not fun. My back is going to really hurt tomorrow morning. If you aren't someone who wants to run max ray tracing, then the 4000 series is fine. Yeah, and honestly, I've always been a proponent of buying used. I've always been a proponent of buying what you need, right? Like, if you have the money, there's no reason to not buy something, you know, more expensive. But like, again, as long as you can play the games at the quality that you want, and if you're playing at 1080p still, do you even need a 4000 series card? Like, let's be real, for the most part. A lot of the 4000 series right now is if you want to jump up to 1440p or 4K. You only shoveled half the driveway and gave up. I had to take quite a few breaks. Like, I stood around for a long time shoveling snow today. Oh, good times though. Good times. It's been a while since we've had a snow that good, so it was fun to get the kids outside and playing in the snow. It was a lot of fun. Either way, I feel like, just like overall impressions here, I'm pleasantly optimistic. I'm pleasantly optimistic about these cards. Again, I'm not saying that these graphs are not representative. I'm not saying that these don't matter. They don't make a difference. They're, but I am super excited to see some third-party benchmarking done. Look below the chart. It specifies that the ones that look like double the performance. The 40 series is using FrameGen 2X, while the 50 series is using the new FrameGen 4X. Only if you're running ray tracing overdrive in 1080p. X2 and Alan Wake. Those 5080s must have been extremely cherry-picked. Man. Yeah, these are kind of, again, to me, these are great, but when you're talking about Nvidia talking about their own stuff, like, these could be cherry-picked, like nobody's business. When can we expect the benchmarking? That is a good question. I don't know. Let's see if somebody has it up now. I actually have no idea. 50, 90, benchmarking, release date. 5090 reportedly leaked right before CES. Okay, well, we don't need that. Lots of leaks. Lots of leak stuff. I don't see anything official. I'm sure we'll hear about it soon enough. Hopefully more than a week before, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah. I was gonna say, hopefully it's... I would hope that it's more than a day before. You're probably right, though. I always hate when that stuff drops the day before. Then you're like, all right, just wasting a couple of hours today. My background music is echoing. How about now? Hopefully it's not echoing now. Yeah, either way, if it drops the day before, that's always the worst. Let's do all of our research, see what happens, see which one we should buy. 4070 Super I was gonna get, but my 4060 is the 16 gig version. That's honestly, that's gonna be one of the cards that we see for the next couple of years as I think one of the best sellers. That 4060 16 gigabyte, as long as they can get it at a reasonable price, once we see it starting to hit the market used, once the price of that actually goes down, that's going to be a card that a lot of people get. Nvidia did the same nonsense last year when they compared the 3090 to the 4090 and said it was 4 times the performance. But that's just because the 4090 was using frame gen. Cool, that fixed the music. Sorry about that. Every time I unplug stuff and replug stuff in, I get all my settings in OBS get messed up, and I need to redo them and reset them up every time. And every once in a while, I forget a button. All right. Well, I don't know if there's any other keynotes going on tonight, at this point. Sony After Hours is still going on. Yeah, lots of after shows still. That's why the Far Cry 6 graph is so good, since it's ray tracing only. Yeah, so, I mean, and honestly, if that's closer to the performance uplift that we're getting, I don't think that you're going to need to upgrade from, you know, like a same series to a same, you know, a 4080 to a 5080. That to me is not is probably not worth upgrading to. Again, if you're coming from, if you just flat out don't have a graphics card or you're upgrading from something super old, then it's going to be, you know, there's going to be the questions, can you find a 5080? How much over MSRP is the 5080? And then is that extra, you know, 0.3x performance, is that actually going to be worth it? Are you okay buying used? Because if you find a used one for even less money, it's going to be pretty solid, I think. All right. It is officially, not officially, it's almost 11 p.m. here. Either way, I very, very much appreciate everybody being here, making this stream super fun. This was a blast. I appreciate all you guys being here, chatting it up and having a good time just watching these keynotes with me. It's a good time, and hopefully we can do some more of this. Definitely look for you know, some videos coming out hopefully soon, whether it be about this. I've got an ROG Ally video coming up coming up here pretty darn quick. Hopefully I can get it out this week at some point. And I do also have another stream. As long as I can get out of the house and go pick up the parts, I will be building a PC on Friday. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and you are ready for that. Friday evening, we'll be building a PC on this stream. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be definitely more of a budget gaming PC. Not going to be like a crazy 4070 Ti Super streaming PC by any means. It's going to be a really, really fun little budget gaming PC. But we're going to be on here. We're going to be hopefully talking about some of this stuff that was announced here, and having a good time either way, as we always do on Friday nights, as we always do with PC builds. So appreciate you all being here. Hope you all have a fantastic night or morning in some of your cases. Either way, it's been a great time, and we'll talk to you later.
Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. Give me your space and time for a little while. Give me your space and time for a little while. Tell me what you see.